What's up, good people and Eagle fans and 49er fans and Lion fans, okay? I hope y'all understand what I do there. When I say hello, good people, I'm basically saying Eagle fans, 49er fans, and Lion fans ain't good people. That's right. I said it because y'all cray-cray. Y'all always sending me emails, text messages, and everything else telling me I look like shit, I'm a dumbass, and anything else that you can think.
What your home looks like from space?
I don't know what that was. Who was that? What was that? So we had a preseason game last night, and we might as well cancel the rest of the season because we found out that one preseason game determines the whole season. It determines so the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. The Commanders and the Cowboys both suck, and that's where we are. But I've got an answer for you guys too. So without further ado, let me start getting some of the people up in here. Okay, let's go get some of the people up in here. We got Holly Pierce, and of course Momo. What's up, Momo?
Hey, what's going on, Mark?
Thing, man. So I really didn't pay that much attention. See, look, Lamar Davis, he's an Eagle fan. Don't cry, Mark. Don't cry. Because I didn't realize they changed the rules and that the Eagles have now won the Super Bowl off of the preseason game. Did you realize that? Congratulations, Mark. Eagle fans.
Everybody, please, pump your brakes. I've been saying about preseason games how meaningless they are. They don't mean anything. You get, first of all, Joe Milton, he's probably going to be on the practice squad because every throw he threw, my understanding, he threw a little small pass. He put some touch on the ball. He throwing it like 100 miles per hour.
It was fastball. It was fast. I mean, zoom. That shit was zoom.
Well,
was like
him
bullet.
And Trey Lance are total opposite. Trey Lance couldn't throw worth a damn, but he could run. And Milton, he wasn't the greatest runner, but he could throw.
But I tell you, he better learn to slide or step out of bounds, though.
Yeah.
You notice I called
he's
him
developmental.
Sunshine.
No. Here's the thing: he's not going to be on the team.
He's going to be on the team.
On the practice squad.
Well, that's still on the team.
But technically, they're not calling him up.
I don't know. He might be the backup. He might be the backup quarterback. I'm not sure that Will Greer's
No, I think the second string quarterback, the one who came in, I think he's going to be. He has better touch on the ball than Milton does. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Here's the reality.
All I'm going to say, and what I want to say really is that as preseason games, they don't mean anything because nobody's tackling people down in practice. So then, guess what's going to happen? First game of the season, all these teams are going to go these players are going to go 0 to 100 because they ain't have no physical contact, and then you're going to see these major injuries. I guarantee you, there will be at least 5 major injuries in the first game of the season.
Well,
major players.
Oh my God! Okay, Momo, let somebody else speak. Okay.
Preseason does mean something, Momo. You know what I figured out? In preseason, my backup quarterback is a big pile of shit. Okay? And if that goes down,
season's over.
Might as well mail it in. It's over. The season's over.
That's
mail
the truth.
it in. So don't sit here and tell me preseason don't mean shit. Don't tell me that.
Wade. Okay, Wade, you got one me over on that one. Okay.
That is the truth.
Can I say one thing?
You can say 2 things. You can say 3 things. No, I tell you what, Holly, you can say 4 things.
It would mean more to Momo if he wasn't behind. His team didn't lose by 40 burgers.
Oh, you know that.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. They could have lost by
Momo.
They could have lost by 500 to nothing. The preseason don't matter.
Oh,
it's a joke.
But the foundation of our team, the second string, was looking pretty suspect.
We had some identity problems. I'll say that.
But it gives you a good idea.
That's the thing is, if our first string goes down, that's what we got to look forward to back in a month. That ain't good.
Yeah, well, here's and you just hit the nail on the head. What preseason shows you is how is your depth, and that's where you look at this and say, some of the guys we have that are backing up aren't good. Now, I'm going to say, Tyler Smith is incredible. But the season may come down to who's backing up Tyler Smith if he gets injured. And we've been there before when we've had, Tyron Smith go down and have a Chaz Green come in. So the depth is going to be an issue. And you kind of looked at some of this and said some of these guys left you wanting. Now, I will also say, I don't know, with a whole new coaching staff, that this is the first time they've coached the game together and first time that Brian Schottenheimer has been a head coach. And you are still dealing with the whole situation of Micah Parsons and everything else. There's going to be a whole lot of jitters and things.
Jitters.
Jitters.
Well, my thing is Izaraku. He played a quarter. I didn't see him
they rated him out at like a 71.
I think he had one good play.
Yeah.
We need to get some run stoppers.
Lord
man.
Cowboy, I have a question for you. Are you as a Cowboy fan, are you done with Mazi? Because I've
never liked Mazi from day one.
Yeah, he can go back to where he can.
I've never been a fan of Mazi Smith.
Because
I'm just saying we need to go out and get a big time. I'd take Jonathan Hankins back or somebody like that, a veteran.
So why is the Cowboys focus on him so much?
Because he was a first-round draft pick. They want to prove that they weren't wrong. When you invest a first-round pick on somebody, you need him to be good.
How did he do? Because I don't know how he did personally.
Didn't have
I just heard the noise.
He didn't play.
I don't think he played. If he did play, he played really bad. So he wasn't even in the lineup.
He's a bust. He's not,
in practice, they're saying Perry and Winfrey, who they brought in from the USFL.
Winfrey actually played pretty good. He actually played pretty good.
Better snaps.
Who's that running back that we had that was playing last night? What was his name? Abdullah or whatever.
Abdullah.
Yeah.
He didn't look bad. He didn't look bad.
But again, it's preseason, and people are hyping about my Washington team. I don't care if they lost by. Here's my problem with preseason: it's always going to be the same.
You got a problem with everything,
Nobody's tackling anybody to the ground in none of these preseason on this training camp. So when they get in preseason, they feeling up. I just think it's sad that we're gonna have more injuries again in the beginning of this season because these players is not toughening themselves up.
We need to worry about these referees. You see that referee run over CD Lamb?
Well, but here's the problem. The white line, you are not. That's like no man's land. You are not supposed to be in there. And CD Lamb was in there. The ref's job, he's running down that white line as the play's going on. And here it is. CD Lamb is standing there back up in that spot. So CD Lamb was in wrong. CD was in wrong.
Another thing we need to work on is we're still having problems with penalties.
Yeah.
Like every time we make a big play, it gets called back for whatever reason. We need to work on that.
Yep. Well, and this is where, now, surprisingly, though.
I thought Mazi did play the whole game. Somebody point out.
Didn't play a snap.
No, he didn't play in the game, man.
Yeah, didn't play.
Lyle Collins looked pretty good.
Big Nate actually looked pretty good, too.
Yeah.
Big Nate actually looked pretty good.
He did.
There's actually somebody that's got all of his snaps and stuff on there. He did not give up a big pass rush. Now, again, this is preseason. You're not going against, Myles Garrett and shit like that. But for a first preseason game and getting an opportunity, it didn't look bad. But here's what was actually surprising to me because we actually ran the ball a little bit better than I thought we did. Malik Davis, although, second half basically and things, and a guy who's got fresh legs as opposed to everybody having camp legs right now, 7 carries, 63 yards. Phil Maffa, if you take the penalties out, he would have been 11 carries for 50 yards, which would have been 4.5 yards. And Deuce Vaughn, 3 carries, 17 yards. That's if you look at that in comparison to what we got last year, the first half of the season, that's night and day difference. That was great. That's what you want to see,
and
from a team.
I would say this, and I'm just someone's looking in, and I've watched. No NFL coaching staff in the NFL is going to show their hand.
No,
so they're gonna vanilla. They're gonna vanilla everything down.
Yeah,
and so you're gonna get bad games, and for people to get oversight. Cowboy fans, don't worry. Dak gonna be there. Dak gonna have a great season, and it's just fine. It's the other players this should be worried about all through the league. Because I'm telling you, there's going to be some injuries because these players are not playing tackle football during training camp.
I'm still concerned about that run stop though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we gave up 181 yards on the ground.
I'm really concerned about
that. Was the second half though, Mark. I think
we did better in the first half. True.
The tackling was awful too.
Yes,
it was straight up awful.
You know, I know it ain't never going to happen.
Do training camp, Chris.
I don't care, man. If you have a guy right here near you, hold on to his ass and bring him down. don't. You know, you don't have to bring him down hard, but God, just
Well, Blake Corum, that's a guy I wanted us to draft, but he went to the Rams. Blake Corum, he's a beast. You know, he was a beast at Michigan too. I'm surprised he ain't starting with the Rams.
I'm just glad they didn't lose any more than 10, by 10 points.
Quite frankly,
I looked like we was gonna get a 40 burger dropped on us for a minute. I was like, okay, but
that first quarter, I was like, this is gonna be a long game.
It wasn't fun to watch, but I was just I wasn't really worried about the score.
How did you watch the game?
I was just evaluating the players.
How did y'all watch the game?
I watched it on CBS Dallas.
Same here.
Yeah, I live in DFW area, so we get it on CBS.
Yep.
NFL Plus for me.
But, and Mark, I agree with you said last night. I think it was last night. Was it last night? Whereas that they was killing everywhere. When I watched the game Thursday, a little bit that I did see, like I watched about 2 minutes of Washington game, about 2 minutes. There was those 2 minutes on the commercial break. That's why I turned it off. NFL Plus commercials are killing me.
Oh my God! You know, here's what really pissed me off is I get up this morning and I see my live stream is copywritten because one of the times they were playing that damn Celine Dion song on that commercial got picked up. So 15 freaking seconds ended up copywriting a 3.5 hour live stream.
Damn.
What really makes it suck too is like if you stream old Madden games that have like people's songs, that are in the game. Same thing happens too.
Yeah, it's ridiculous that it should be something. Okay, it's like, listen, it's in the background there. Okay, 15 seconds of the whole thing.
Wow, the chat's
not
dead
the whole
today.
video.
I'm surprised. Normally the chats blew up, but there's like only a handful of people.
Yeah, surprised the Eagle fans aren't here. I got a couple Eagle fans at work saying, "Hey."
Well, I actually
preseason.
I've got a clarification here. If you've noticed, your YouTube name looks kind of funny. If you notice, if you're in the chat, and what we found out is this is a new thing with YouTube that they're doing, and let me read exactly what it is. YouTube is now showing unique channel identification called handles, starting with the @ instead of channel names in live chat, according to YouTube Help. This change is part of YouTube's effort to combat impersonation, spam, and improve user identification, according to YouTube video. Handles are unique to each channel, unlike channel names, which can be duplicated. So it's nothing I did. That is,
I was looking at that. I was like, "What's up with that?" I kept thinking, "Am I in the wrong sign in or something like that?"
Well, it's funny because it's doing it on my main channel, but on Cowboy Joe Boo, it hasn't hit that yet. So it's being introduced into it. It's coming for everybody. So and what basically it is just like when you have
what that tell you,
Mark Holmes, the fake Mark Holmes and stuff. That it's basically trying to show you.
Mark, what that tell you?
What's that?
Why they did yours first? Because you popular. Because you mainstream.
Oh shit!
Prime time.
Oh. Yeah, big time. LA, you rivaling on LA, Law Nation.
Okay.
I told you I seen you on the Lester Holt commercial, Mark. When Lester Holt, when that earthquake went on in California.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. That was kind of cool.
I was like,
NBC, can we use your clip? I was like, really? You need permission for that? Use that shit.
Did they really ask you that?
Yeah, I did. I got it from Twitter. They actually asked the permission to use the clip.
Did you get paid for it?
No.
Shit.
And what was funny is I'm looking at all the names and I can only guess who it is. They just play the game of guess who I am. And Loyal, I would have never guessed that was you. It was for your avatar that I knew it was you.
Yeah.
On there.
Mike, that'll be worked on when I get back home tomorrow. How about that one? Got Michael Anthony Fitness in here. What's going on? So, yeah, they're just trying to combat spam. I guess maybe that's why we're not seeing a lot of Eagle fans in here, because I tell you what, I have been blown up the last 24 hours from Eagle fans talking about how much I suck, how much the Cowboys suck, and everything else. But it's all good.
Oh, yeah, they were lighting us up pretty good yesterday.
So, Mark, what are the new rules that we as fans should be concerned with?
New rules on what?
In the football, because every year they implement some stupid rule.
Actually, I don't remember too many. Well, we've got now the football where the
rule was a little different.
Well, we got the new thing with the football being marked, with the chip and stuff in there and everything else. There's that thing. Yeah, there was some changes on the kickoff, and I can't remember what it is.
Oh, that's when you got to wait for the ball. Is that the one, the punt? When you're punting the ball, you don't run until the guy catches the ball?
I
think that's the kickoff. It's weird.
It's just the kickoff. It's not the punt.
I think they moved it back a little bit too, didn't they? The kickoff.
Yeah, I think they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the kickoff's bad because if they get a touchback, they get it at the 35. I don't like that. That's too deep.
Yeah, I always liked it being at the 20 better.
Because you can literally make one play and you're already in field goal range.
Looked like Jalen Tolbert doing kickoff returns. I was interested.
Who's the guy who kicked the 70-yard field goal? That was cool.
That was in Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jaguars.
Yeah, that was insane. 70-yard freaking field goal kick, man.
Yeah.
Check him for Roy's. Check him for Roy's.
Looking for juice in that leg, man.
Well, was he a UFL? Was he also in the UFL like Aubrey was, or was he?
I know nothing about.
Oh, he's a starting kicker.
Oh, you're always gonna have the kickers out there because there ain't no backup kickers.
Yeah,
they're like I said,
they're not getting hurt like that.
Milton is not going to be your second string quarterback.
Yeah,
he's developmental.
They traded those.
Doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. It matters to Jerry Jones. You're talking about the Cowboys here.
Hold on, Mr. Joe. Didn't you the one that told me that Jerry has changed his ways? He's not going to interfere with the decisions or with the coaches?
I never said that.
I'm just asking a question, man.
We'll find out.
Milton, he's got. I could see good in him. He's just developmental, man.
We're gonna find out.
He learn the basics because he's got God-given talent. I mean, he could throw.
That means he's on the practice squad.
I mean, he's got God-given talent, but he's just got to learn how to.
So he played one game last year, Momo. One game with New England. That's it.
You're right.
Well,
he's more seasoned.
Was you happy as a fan that the bullet passes he threw?
No.
He overthrew it.
I mean, you think I was happy with Trey Lance's performance against the Rams last year? I think 3 interceptions in that preseason game.
On the practice squad, though.
Momo, had that been like CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens that could have got open, oh hell yeah.
Yeah,
because a lot of these
he was staring down wide receivers. He was staring down wide receivers the entire time. Do not like that at all.
Yeah, well, and if you saw him play at Tennessee, he had interception. He has some problems. He's not polished.
Well, what I'm saying to you, I think the other quarterback who, my understanding, did a better job.
Will Greer's actually played some games and things. Okay,
yeah, he's been there before.
Yeah, so that's why I say Milton's going to be on the practice squad.
See, there were times that Milton could have, when he was flushed, like when the ends came in behind him, there were times he could have ran with the ball and at least got a first down real easy. He didn't even do that.
I'm going to find out.
But you saw Will Greer run and get a first down in it, or actually a touchdown,
We're going to find out who's running this, Chris. We're going to find out who's running this organization here in about 2 weeks. If Mazi Smith is still on this roster in 2 weeks, Jerry and Steven still don't want to give up their ways, because if you asked me if I was a coach at the end of training camp, he'd have been cut. He'd be cut. He wouldn't be on the 53-man roster, period.
I agree.
Yeah, they're not going to get rid of him.
Well, trade him or do something because he don't fit our scheme at all.
No,
but they're too hard-headed.
No, but it should be a coaching decision, not a Jerry and Steven decision. If Schottenheimer tells Steven and Jerry he ain't good enough, we need to get rid of him, they need to listen to him. If that don't happen, we know who's running it. We know Jerry and Steven running it.
How many years Mazi been in the league? That's all.
This is his third.
His third year. Yeah.
After 2 years, if you don't cut it, normally they cut you.
Coach should have final say on roster decisions, not Jerry and Steven.
Usually in 2 years, if you can't cut it, they usually cut you on most teams.
Especially being a first round guy too.
Yeah, they'll cut you because you more problem than you. It's not worth it because it seems like he's not understanding the schemes, and maybe because he can't the information he's getting. He getting new coaches here, getting new coaches
He's
there.
playing defensive lineman, Momo. It ain't rocket science. It
I
ain't
know,
rocket
but
science.
I know, but
If you're
sometimes
not a good
people can't.
defensive lineman, you're just not a good defensive lineman. That's all there is to it. You're
Maybe
either a
lose.
beast or you're not.
Maybe he could lose the weight and play linebacker. I don't know.
He's not that fast.
I know one thing. We're going to go down the same rabbit hole. I super chatted Mark. Me and him both know we're going to go down the same rabbit hole. We can't stop the run again. Yeah. And we're worried about signing a pass rusher for $40 million. You know, when our biggest problem on defense the last 17 years has been stopping the run, not rushing the passer.
Yeah. You're not lying.
We haven't had a good defense tackle.
What's Micah Parsons gonna do when? Hold on. What's Micah Parsons gonna do when the damn Eagles line up on the line of scrimmage in the power formation and run down our throats for 200 yards? He ain't gonna do shit. He ain't gonna save us.
Walker, I'm with you because when game time had turned, I wasn't there when he had his brother up there. I wasn't up there because I would have trashed that fool because he up there bragging about his brother, how great his brother is. His brother telling me how his brother could stop the run and all this. I watched it. And I said, "What are you watching? You just a fanboy trying to defend your sibling. Stop saying your brother can stop the run because he has never stopped the run."
My whole thing is it ain't never gonna happen. The Cowboys ain't never gonna do it. But if I'm in the organization, I'm telling Jerry, we got a lot of holes on defense. We got plenty of pass rushers. We need to trade Mike. We cannot pay a $40 million. We cannot pay a $40 million pass rusher when we're going to get ran on 200 yards every game. We need a big one tech, and we need picks.
But Michael put his foot in his mouth.
Because we got Mazi Smith, who we wasted a first-round pick on, who ain't panning out. Tyler Guyton is hurt, and he wasn't good last year.
And
we got problems.
And Schoonmaker is not making.
I see bringing that guy from the Raiders, man. Bring him in here. Let's take a look at him.
Here's the problem. Michael Parsons sometimes he always praising Dan our coach for the Washington team, and he seems like he wants to play for him. Then he backtrack. Sometimes you just shut up and let your agent do the job because now Jerry, all these rumors. I think Mark reported that he was with Jerry 4 hours. Who cares? His agent ain't there. What does it matter? They ain't got a deal, and this rumors sky high in D.C. about him coming to Washington. I don't want him now. He's gonna cost us too much money. I don't want.
Saying the Cowboys are too finesse. They build their roster very finesse. Like, I'm sorry, man. What gets the job done is brute force and running people over. And controlling the line of scrimmage. That's how we won all of our Super Bowls, controlling the line of scrimmage.
What did Bill Belichick and the Patriot was? What was that motto? Do your job.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Do your job.
I'll tell you one thing. The way we are on defense with that run stopping, not being able to stop crap, we're going to have to be able to do it on offense.
Okay,
we're going to have to be able to control the ball.
So there's an 8 gap, and you're supposed to stop the quarterback, and you're like that. You don't go and try. If you're supposed to stop the 8 gap, you don't go in and try and play hero ball. That was happening with the Cowboys last year and Washington football. My Washington thing. People trying to play hero ball. I'm going to make this great play.
Yeah, and I'm concerned because that like teams like the Eagles, they got a good offensive line and they got Saquon Barkley. How are we going to stop that with the crap that we've been doing, man? I mean,
Mazi,
what we're gonna have to do is score a lot of points.
I agree with what somebody said. Mazi ain't going nowhere because Jerry, once they draft somebody like that, they don't want to let him go. They just don't.
That's true. They don't. I mean, you never want to admit that we made a mistake, and that's one of the Cowboys' biggest problems.
Mama, aren't you supposed to be worried about your Commanders?
I mean, why are you jumping on me, Thomas? I'm trying to give you good news. I ain't trying to give you bad news.
But no, you were
I'm a Washington fan, and I don't. Okay. I love to comment what you just said. I personally think the preseason is for rookies and people who trying to make the team. I don't watch
I agree with
that
you on that.
slow burn of a
I
game.
agree with
I'm
you
not a
on that.
preseason game or training camp because they don't train as like they should.
I agree with you on that because I've always thought that, I've always thought the preseason is supposed to be for rookies and draft picks and free agents and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you on that, bro.
But I'm really hoping that Shoddy is hiding our identity because I'm not just looking at the players, but I'm looking more, like I said, at
Why
the
did he get
identity.
emotional, Laura?
What's that? Why am I getting emotional?
Why did Shotty get emotional at the press conference after the game?
It's his first game and his dad's not there. Yeah, he probably missed his dad, and he coached his first game, and that's what his dad did. And
probably wish his dad was there to be with him.
Yeah, I probably just wish his dad was there.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you look around the league, I mean, I live in the San Francisco area. They didn't play good either. A lot of coaches don't show their cards. So
right. Yeah, they don't show the call, and it's preseason. So Joe, nobody's tackle each other to the ground. They held you up, so your body's never gonna get used to the hitting. And with the league is how the league is structured today. No wide receivers wear knee pads. They wear these little thin ass thigh pads that you got. So when a player get nicked or get hit on a thigh or an ankle, I'm out for 2 weeks. I'm out for 4 weeks.
Well, I agree with you there. That's why there's so many. That's why there's so many injuries. They go from 0 to 100.
I can't play for 4 weeks. I never heard such a ridiculous thing. The tolerance of pain in the NFL is low. No one has no tolerance of pain anymore.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. All right. So, what is the biggest need?
One tech.
Okay.
Defensive tackle.
Okay.
One tech.
Second biggest need.
Still around.
Veteran corner.
Stephon Gilmore, anybody?
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh yeah.
Why not?
Is he out there? Is he out?
Yeah, he is. He's still out there. Yeah.
Give me a guy for about 4 or 5 games that can come in and help out till we get everybody fresh back in. I'm good with that.
I think that's Gilmore. He did good against AJ in 23 when he was here.
So what about reliable backup quarterback?
The reality is, who are you going to get? If you're a good, reliable backup quarterback, you're probably
there's nobody out there.
Back.
Well, I'm sure the Browns. I'm sure before the season's over, the Browns will have some quarterbacks to give.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but okay.
I mean, if Shador don't make the team, I'm sure somebody will pick him up.
Shador's
the Cowboys is picking Shador up if they release him. I guarantee it.
They're not going to release Shador.
He won't even last 5 seconds off the board. Somebody will pick him up.
Okay, so they're not going to release Shador, and they're not going to release Flacco. You want Deshaun Watson?
Hell no.
Okay.
I don't understand why they signed
their other
Huntley,
draft
though.
pick.
Probably getting a massage.
I'm telling you, if Shador get released, Jerry Jones and Jerry and Steven gonna sign Shador Sanders on the squad.
No, they aren't. They had a chance to draft him.
It's cheap money. It's cheap money. It's cheaper.
They could have drafted him in the 4th round.
Yeah, exactly.
If they release Shador Sanders and they have the ability to pick him up, they're gonna pick him up because he'd be literally the second best quarterback on our team. Period.
Oh, that's true.
Period.
That is true.
He might be better than some starting quarterbacks out in the NFL right now.
But Shador played a damn good game. My understanding, I rewatched it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that had to do. He knows that his job is on the line, and he knows that any little mistake he makes, he's gone. Because the depth they have.
I've always liked him better than Gabriel.
You know what though? He has a dad that's gonna push him. That's been.
I don't know, Gabriel. He might be the odd man out, man. I mean,
I think so. I think so. I don't.
Even though he got drafted higher than Shador.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to move on from Deshaun Watson
because it don't make sense. Why would they just sign Huntley?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is Huntley is half his moments. When he played for the Ravens,
he's a seasoned veteran. That's all he is.
Yeah, exactly.
He is like Will Greer.
Yeah,
that's what you got.
And then plus Huntley, he used to play with Cleveland.
Yep.
This is second.
Yeah.
This is second tour duty with the Browns.
I just think Shador. Well, how they treated this kid, what they have done to him.
Oh, damn, dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Damn.
messed up
it's not
because
cool.
because I love what he did out there. I love the idea. Hey, okay, y'all putting all this pressure on me, hiring another quarterback. You got two quarterbacks that's injured, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, I'll go out there and show I'm going to
Dirty
ball.
Sanchez.
When they
He's so
ball,
nasty.
they don't. And then the owner comes out and said, "Hey, what's my choice to pick him up?" That's a slap in the man's face.
Shout out to Dirty Sanchez. He got emotional because he saw a recording of your butt crack, and he's hoping that nobody ever
that's
stops
fine.
waxing his butt.
I like to make a public statement.
Go
Will
ahead.
you please get off my butt? My butt is private. I do not know.
You're the one that
You're
showed it,
the one
man.
that put it out there.
Damn,
Had you
Momo,
not-
made us all
listen,
cry like a
Momo
pill.
said
Momo.
unleash the Kraken.
Momo, I don't talk about anybody else's crack other than the person who put their crack out there. I'm not talking about Loyals. I'm not talking about Holly's. I'm not talking about Julian's or Chris's. None of them put their ass out there. You did, Momo. You did. Suffer the consonants.
And you talked about you threw it out there, dude.
And by the way,
Okay, can I show
Momo,
it? Y'all want to see it again?
No.
What I say?
and Momo,
No,
the way
it's
you're
burned in our
smiling
minds.
and laughing, you think it's funny. You're taking us all in.
You guys
I'm
are
just
fun,
saying.
man.
I'm just saying this. That I got. So, here's a new thing. So Leo has said that he's coming after me. He's gonna put something on his channel, and he's gonna come after me. He's gonna tear me apart.
It won't be hard. You keep doing it to yourself.
Thank you for the compliment. I know, right? I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so I'm just saying it won't be hard. Don't worry, it's coming, Momo. Don't worry. You know what's
Yeah,
up, everybody?
It'll be
How y'all doing?
it'll be a compilation
Leo.
of
We
many
good.
things, huh?
What's up,
I
Leo?
get you.
Football's back. I'm glad I got something to watch on TV.
Amen, Loyals.
Football is not
Yeah.
back.
Hi,
Those
Asia.
games is horribly to watch. Y'all know that games wasn't good to
It's
watch.
something to watch.
Oh my
Than
God.
Other crap.
Well,
I'm watching
Okay,
I tell
on
you,
TV.
I thought I
I
actually
would
had.
watch paint dry to watch an NFL game today. No.
Miami and
I actually am watching some paint dry, so and watching football games at the same time. However, I thought I had a new troll last night because they said I need your link because I got to show you something, okay? And I thought it was an Eagle fan that was like they want to show me falling out of the chair or me doing something stupid. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. But it wasn't actually against me. They're actually out to get Leo.
oh.
It's Eugene.
Target, brother.
He's got a clip apparently before the last time the Eagles lost the Super Bowl where somebody was guaranteeing that they were going to kick ass and win.
Yeah, I told you about that.
Yeah, well, Eugene said he's going to give it to me.
Yeah, he's got it. Mark, first of all, I've told you guys about that particular night because remember I said Eugene was FaceTiming with the guys in the Chiefs locker room when they won the Super Bowl. The footage is from that night, Mark. It's the same night, yeah. But it's not. I wasn't like like to your point that you made. It was nothing like to the degree of me falling out of the chair or anything like that. But that was a pretty hard night, you know. And it's also remember when I told you, Mark, I didn't realize until I talked to you guys, I didn't realize how bad the 49er fan was.
Yeah,
everything same night, Mark, same night, because that was when I was so focused on us losing, it went completely over my head what the 49er fan base was thinking.
Well, Eugene's becoming my new best friend.
Okay.
I live there. I get it, Mark. I live there.
For now.
You're toxic.
For now, until it's time for him to talk smack about your team, and then you're gonna feel it. So I'm just saying.
Listen, I'm bro. Get in line. Get in line to talk about the Cowboys. You act like
no doubt
nobody ever talks. Come on, man. Get in line. You think that anybody can say anything else about the Cowboys that's going to be Any worse?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, seriously.
Interestingly enough, I did. I hope you don't mind, Mark, but I did share the link with Eugene to hop in. I was like, "Yo, man, Mark is on, and hop in if you got the time." So there's a chance that he may end up popping in here. You know what I'm saying? But yes, he has hours of footage.
Woo.
Yeah, there's hours of footage, and when I say I talked the biggest shit of my life, that he's got the footage to back that up. I said some horrible things that it came to bite me in the
Jim
ass.
Everett the Great. Rams own you clowns. It's preseason, people. Okay, it's preseason.
Yeah,
relax.
We've gone over this. Everybody on this channel's gone over this. We all know. I've said it. I've gone on record to say preseason is where you want the mistakes to be made. This is, you don't care what, whether you win or lose, you know what I'm saying? You want to see what can be fixed, what potentially can't be fixed. Hopefully everybody gets out of there healthy, all those things. So
yeah, I feel bad for the running back for the Tennessee. Yeah, I really liked him.
Yeah. If you look around the league and Eugene and I were talking an hour ago, or what have you, going over things, particularly things that happened last night. But I was telling him, I was like, bro, there's so many damn injuries all around the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Guys went down, ACLs,
well, you
broken
think about
ankles.
losing like Rashawn Slater after you literally paid him like 5 days before.
Right. Well, wait. I'm even thinking about, look at the Washington Commanders. They had 30 dudes not playing. 30. And you figure, like, how can you properly evaluate and get the answers that we were talking about getting by playing when you got 30 guys are out and your team is old as hell? So there's there's some challenges.
One of your best receivers still holding out.
Right. So there are challenges
that's around the league though. Everybody's not playing.
Listen, there are challenges for all intent and purposes that go beyond what being able to properly evaluate.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So it's like, but you can't even get started with those.
But you can't do evaluation.
Guys are on the field playing.
But Leo, you can't get a proper evaluation when you do a training camp where they not allowing you to do certain things.
Momo, everybody has the same.
I know. I'm talking about across the league. I ain't talking about one team. I'm talking about everybody. So the evaluation you get, and then some of these players you put in the game, and then used to get hitting or whatever the case may be, and you going out there and you going fast as you can try to impress a player, then you end up getting hurt
incoming.
Tackle.
Kryptonite incoming.
I knew it.
Kryptonite.
I knew it.
Oh, I love it. It shuts Leo down. Kryptonite.
I knew it.
Hi, Eugene.
I knew it.
Ooh, what's good, bro? Everybody?
What's going on, Eugene? How are you doing, man?
Just got finished in the garden trying to manage these watermelon plants.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get Eugene's here. We'll ask him a real quick question. Your thoughts on the first preseason game of the year when you play the first preseason game. How much does it really mean?
I wrote a comment on one of Leo's videos as he gave his report and what he thought after watching his Philadelphia Eagles. And, what I told him was, it's just another practice, basically, right? Like, it's just practice. These games don't mean anything. Now, for the guys who are trying to make the team, it is everything. But the talent that we're watching being fielded the past few days, this is no indication of how your team's going to perform whatsoever. It really doesn't even describe the depth of your team because you don't know who's going to be there. It's kind of meaningless football. I mean, it's exciting, right? Everyone's happy. Ball's back. And
was it really exciting?
I sat and watched a little bit of it too, just because I love ball. But these games don't mean anything in terms of the destination for your team this year.
Okay.
Eugene, everything you said, I told to a couple of church members, in church this morning, because church I go to is half Tennessee Titan, half Dallas Cowboy fans.
Wow.
I
I'll
told
bet
that
I
to
pray
some
for
of the
y'all.
Tennessee Titans.
Pray for y'all.
See,
I'm not a
okay.
Titan
Let me
fan.
say this to you, Eugene. I will say this to you. I'm the one who been tooting this crap. What the NFL has been doing, they get the fans food to believe they gonna get top tier football in preseason, and they sell full price ticket prices for that. People actually go to these games and pay this ridiculous money
Right.
for bad football.
Right. What up,
Yeah,
there,
this
Jay?
ain't it, man. This is just practice,
Right.
which is important, right? And
Right.
honestly, for the players, it's good to like go beat up people that you don't see every day.
Yeah.
So that part is probably fun for the young guys, but you probably shouldn't even field your starters in games like this.
Okay.
Forced to their yeah.
Right, so
Coaches who are putting their
settle one more
starters
thing
out
for us.
on the first preseason game means that stuff is not going right in practice, right? They got stuff they need to work on. So their coach wants them to get some extra practice, and who better than to beat up on somebody else?
That's true.
I got a question for you, Eugene, because this is a question I've been wanting to ask you, because all Cowboy fans don't like Mazi. So you play against some players that you knew that you can bully around in the trenches. Would you consider Mazi a type of player that you can take advantage of in the trenches?
You are who you are on tape, regardless of anyone's opinion. And if you're in the league, you should have some ability. I would never look at a player that way. Even if I did just completely dominate a guy, I prepare for him the same way that I'm preparing for the very top talent. You're getting all of my attention.
Okay.
Damn, Dirty is going after you, Momo. Momo's crack is the reason why they call those seat pews.
Yeah, I don't care.
Something must be going on with your chat.
the great Tom Landry said 3 seasons. He gave a defensive lineman 3 seasons for development. If he didn't see anything, that was it.
And that's about right.
That was it.
It does take longer for a defensive tackle, interior defensive tackles, to come around. So
if he said, year 3, you're not seeing anything. Yeah, it's time to go. That's
when you're in the trenches, you're going from likely dominating everybody you're playing to now like you're lining up against some grown men who trying to feed their family. So it's a very different game than a skill position game.
Well, and particularly when you're talking about a first round draft pick too. So they may get a little more leeway and they may get a little more consideration than like a UDFA or an invitee. You see what I'm saying? So, that's
no, you get more scrutiny.
No, I said consideration. Like you're not going to get rid of a first round draft pick after year 2. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's just too much money invested.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Not anything else. But I also think that, like in the video that Eugene is talking about, all I was saying was it was great that our 2s got to play against Cincinnati's 1s and get burnt like they did and get beat up and pushed around, because that's stuff that, you can, go back and look at the tape and let's see how you respond. Those DBs, Dory and Keeley, they got Jamar Chase burnt them, him and Joe Burrow. Okay, what y'all gonna do now? You know what I'm saying? But a lot of, I thought it was a lot of good on good and a lot of good on bad.
I was surprised that Cincinnati even had their starters out there.
Kansas City had their starters out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. But I think, that was more so like with Kansas City, that was more so like patting them, just wanting to shake off all the talk from last year.
And I got a question for Eugene, because I know you played for the Ravens, but Baltimore, they haven't lost a preseason game in like 5 years?
Really?
It's been a long time since they lost a preseason game.
Coach Harps takes the preseason games very seriously. Very seriously. And all teams should, really. Like, you never want to field a team and not win. That's the goal, regardless. Winning is above everything. But I was just talking in terms of like the product that a fan is actually watching on the field. That's not the final product. That's, you're mid training camp. Dudes are, especially the first game, like you're just getting through that initial like deep set soreness from banging every day. So it's just not really worth gauging at this point.
So actually, Eugene, glad you brought that up because see, Momo seems to think that it's Camp Cupcake and that there's no real action going on, that they're not really working. How would you respond to what it is like now with training camp?
So I got drafted in 2009. That's before the collective bargaining agreement shifted the structure of practice and camp, right? So we still very much had full on, you're throwing the pads on twice a day, banging twice a day.
Right.
Now, I will say, while that was more difficult, and as the game has gotten faster, it's still extremely difficult to get through camp. And although there's not an official like second padded practice, those walkthrough practices are essentially full speed because everyone's working on their timing, so you can't like do anything halfway and expect to be successful. So you're still putting wear and tear on your body, although it's a little different. And the teams are also doing a better job of like building recoveries into the schedule, right? So you might have your practice meetings, you're back in the film room, and then you might go for like a stretch session before y'all go hit the weight room and then do something else. Because recovery, the league has become a lot smarter about it. But it's no cupcake. Well, it's not a cupcake walk at all.
Eugene, I never said it was a cupcake. What I'm saying that they don't prepare themselves for the rigorous NFL season. Their body not used to the physicality that the first game's going like that. So when your body ain't used to it, you're gonna be susceptible for more injuries during the first 5 games of the season.
There you go.
I mean, in terms of the susceptibility to injury, I would say, one, sometimes you just, you can't avoid injury, but it's really a product of your off season, right? What did you do to prepare your body to undergo this vigorous season? And when guys pull up with tight hamstrings like the Philadelphia Eagles, and there might be something a little strange about their training.
I mean, and to be honest with you, it'd be hard because you got all this money in your hand.
I heard that, Gene.
I could go here, and here in the off season. You're thinking about going
Leo, we can see it though, right? Like we saw the clip of AJ training in the gym with dudes that aren't even doing whole reps, right? Like that's not how a player needs to be training, and then you flip that and you see what Derrick Henry's doing, right? In Dallas, pulling up, running hills. And now all the Cowboys are probably going to go try to run because they're seeing him do it.
Yeah. So Mark, the other day, Eugene and I were talking, and I was saying that they held AJ out of a couple of practice sessions, maybe out of an abundance of precaution and everything. And Eugene hopped in and was like, "Yo, bruh, like the hamstring is no joke. Like out of abundance of caution, he was like, that's going to be an issue all year."
Of course, yeah.
And so I was like, "Oh, really?" And then he started explaining to me.
To really heal.
Yeah, he was like, "You be prepared," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
The thing is you can be, hamstring is not like anything else. You could be an 80% and get out there, and you can tear that sucker.
Yeah,
and it's always going to be bothering you.
The hamstring is a very sensitive muscle.
Yeah.
It's a very sensitive muscle. You pull that bad boy, you shot for a minute. I remember when I pulled mine, I thought I would never walk.
Really, Gene? That's it? Really?
So
Mark, that's what you've been looking for.
I'm just giving y'all a preview, right? So I'm not letting y'all hear this right now. But at some point, you're going to have a very vivid cut up of some of the biggest shit I've ever heard Leo talk, right? And look, the world gave Philly a ship, right? Like, we got it. But the way he talked before this game and the shit he said that was completely irrelevant and showed that he did not game plan and look even one bit at the opponent, It's incredible. So, like, I think everyone's gonna have to see this at some point. But I just had to show this clip here. This is some of the biggest shit talking any fan has ever done. Period. And they caught a L. And Leo. The only reason I'm doing this, Leo, is because look, anytime we talk about like who the best QBs are and you talk about Jalen and his Super Bowl, and quite obviously, I would think most people here would agree that Lamar is a much more well-rounded quarterback than Jalen Hurts is. You disrespect his name and you call him a choke artist. But you know what happened to Jalen in this game when he gave away 6 points to the other? He just gave it away. He just gave it
still
away.
Had a better game than Patrick.
Gave it away.
That may be one of those dishes that's best served cold. To kick him when he's down. So when the Eagles lose and don't make it to the Super Bowl, that might be the time to bring that back up.
It's on ice, man. In 4K.
Mark, what I don't need you doing is I don't need you adding hot sauce to the damn.
After the shit you didn't talk to me, bro, believe me,
Eugene,
it's gonna be some ghost peppers, some Carolina Reaper sauce.
Oh, we got it in 6K downsampled to 4. It's crystal clear, baby. I can't wait.
All the videos. How many videos?
Damn.
We got about 30 of them.
Guys, I gotta tell you, like, no joke, it's bad. It's really.
I might just have to just put that on a loop as a live stream. Just keep it running. For days.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mark, tell me what the plan is.
Oh, every time the Eagles lose, we just put that on. Oh man, but that's all good though.
Be careful, Eugene. Be pretty soon. Mark's wife is gonna be making T-shirts about you.
T-shirts.
She's gonna be she's gonna be putting you in Cowboys stuff like she did me.
Oh no. She don't do that too. Look,
we out of conference, man.
I
think I'm safe. We out of conference, so
yeah. There you go. No, he hasn't done anything to disrespect us, unlike you, Leo.
I haven't done anything to disrespect your wife.
Oh my God, no! You disrespect her husband. That's my ride and die. Resurrection.
That's the same thing.
Okay, you got to understand.
Leo,
look,
in the same
Derek,
video,
you're just trying to egg it on, Derek.
In the same video, we got Leo talking shit about, I usually let them talk first, and you're talking the biggest cash even up until that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's delirium, man, and it's something that just like it's deep rooted in Philadelphia fans, and being from New Jersey, right? Like Giants fans, no one really cares, but Philly fans just have dirty mouths, very dirty mouths.
Yeah, we do. That is true.
And they don't know when to shut up.
I take ownership of all of that. I went off on everybody like a couple of weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? And I was not kind. I was not kind at all.
Now that's a fact about that, because I got a niece living in Philadelphia. She's a rap artist, and she talks more shit than anybody. She talks more junk than anybody. And she's on YouTube.
Oh,
she's on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. It was. But the night in question that Eugene's talking about, man, that was.
How many hours he got on you, Leo?
Oh, Eugene, you got like
we'd have to go through a whole lot of footage, but I think this clip here is a good 70 minutes.
Dang.
And it's mostly Leo talking, mostly him the whole time.
Yeah. Dunn's in there at some point, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So this was like the early start. This was mostly like the Smoking Heroes days. This is before we actually started doing the.
Yeah, we got a little catalog of unreleased fire we're about to start putting out.
Yeah, we got a lot of footage, y'all. Well,
what was interesting about that game, Leo, is y'all's defense, man, and Patrick was like hobbled. He was like kind of injured in that game. I'm surprised y'all weren't blitzing
I talked about that.
Hey, Walker.
I said something to him about that in that video, and then Leo's excuse when the game was over. I mean, to blame it on the field conditions as if both teams didn't deal with it is just crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, the Eagles weren't blitzing much, and I mean they had a really good.
I told him why.
No, Walker,
I told him why, because he
this
slept on Kansas City Chiefs O-line. He slept on him. He didn't watch any film. You slept on him. If you'd have watched them, you would have known that they would have shut them boys down.
And what's interesting, Walker, is that the Kansas City Chiefs put in a complaint about that field earlier in the season, the same field, and for the same reasons that we were going.
Yeah, but when you bring that up after catching the L, you sound like a sore loser.
No, no, I'm saying like it was.
And here we are again talking about it again.
Yeah, there was something to it.
I mean, damn, the Eagles played at the vet how long? Y'all were used to that forever. I mean, that field conditions there were terrible.
What was interesting is that as a kid, I've gone to a lot of games at the vet, and one of the things that they used to tout for everybody back then, Walker, was you could that was back when they could. It was basically a carpet, and they would talk about how there was this system in there that when water hits the ground, it just seeps right through, so it just stays dry. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't really talk too much about why that is and the amount of cush padding there was, because it was none. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people were getting hurt on that field back then. So it was a lot, man. Them guys is but and matter of fact, earlier today, Eugene and I were talking, and Eugene just was like, I'm telling him about the injuries and stuff, and Eugene was like, bro, I can't even imagine playing at this age right now, feeling like I'm feeling with what these guys are doing.
And I remember Leo. I remember what's the name. He tore both his ACLs on that field. Wendell Davis.
Damn. Okay, yeah.
He was Chicago.
Yeah.
Tore both his ACLs on that field at the
Well,
bed.
if you guys remember, Mark has talked about being bone on bone.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I am in my knee.
I don't think the vet was the worst. I think the field at the Houston Astrodome,
I think the
AstroTurf when they first came out and people was tearing up their knees and ankles. That was a bad field. AstroTurf, the original AstroTurf.
I remember. I tell you what, we had AstroTurf at JMU my rookie year, and it was carpet, just like they had at the vet, and it was seams were tearing and stuff. You'd literally trip on it. But I remember them taking it up because they took the carpet off and it had like 1/2-inch hard rubber on cement. And
right.
When you hit that,
that was what was underneath.
Yes.
Yeah. Cement. That's what AstroTurf was.
Cement
back in the day
with a basically about a 1/2-inch hard rubber pad, and then it's the.
It was a cheaper way.
Yeah, and it was hell. Now we put up what was basically the first rendition of field turf. It was called OmniTurf, and what it was you had about 1.25 inch long strands, and they backfilled it with sand.
Ouch.
Yeah, and see, we would get strawberries because when you would go down, you get that sand in there, and those strawberries, it's like a burn. They would only heal from the outside in, so we were always wearing like socks and stuff on our arms and things. But you would get those turf burns; they were hell. Now they came up with the right idea of backfilling it with the rubber, which made it better. But that old turf, that shit was like literally hitting concrete.
Yeah,
when
that
you
actual
tackle
turf
people,
is nasty stuff. We had our practice fields at UVA before they renovated the place were AstroTurf, and we hated when we had to go on that thing. It was hard as a rock. Someone's getting hurt almost every time. It doesn't give. So when you go to change direction, your ligaments don't have any leeway, right? It's just it's gonna pop. That stuff is all bad.
Eugene, were you on the Ravens in 09?
No, I was in the Jaguars in 09.
Oh.
Jags, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Ravens played was in Texas Stadium in 09, and before it went out of that stadium, the field was ridiculously hard, concrete, damn near.
What's the worst field you played on in the league, Eugene?
Soldier Field.
In Chicago, really?
That field was so bad, like whole patches and chunks would just slide up from under your cleat.
Feel better, Holly. I hope you feel better, Mama.
Yeah, Soldier Field, man. That place was horrible.
Well, don't they have like drainage issues at Soldier Field now? Right? Isn't there always like big puddles of water like on the sidelines and stuff like that?
That's about what it was when we played.
I always thought that was when they had the issues with drainage, especially in the wintertime. That's what I've always thought.
Yeah, but the Raiders field too, Eugene. I don't know if you played there because they were like a half
The baseball
half
field,
football
yeah,
field.
yeah. That's probably
Yeah.
number two. But I've had worse experiences on Soldier Field than actually playing in Oakland. Yeah. But
Okay.
you know what? Actually, the combination of the fans in Oakland with the field probably makes Oakland take the cake. Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to do a question. I know the Ray Rice situation went crazy, you know, and stuff like that. So when was you playing there when all that went down?
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
did he dress the team?
Ray's locker was right next to mine. It's a good friend of mine.
So when he dressed the team, everybody was cool with his explanation and stuff like that.
I mean, look, like I said, his locker was right next to mine. This was during the off season. You know, I talked with Ray before and after all that stuff went down, and it was news to me when I saw in the media that there was like some discrepancy, and because like he told us everything, so it was a little crazy how that got played. I think once things went public, then you saw the Shield try to protect itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because it became a PR problem at that point.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that who's the coach then? It wasn't Harb.
Yeah.
It was still hard.
My question is for everybody in the chat. I mean, not in the chat, or in the chat and on the channel now. But after you guys have played your first preseason game, and you guys have, I'm sure, more than evaluated inside and out, all around the whole 9 yards. Where is your confidence level? Where's your confidence level in the things you were saying about playing the Eagles in week 1? Because I refuse to believe that nobody here took a look at what the Eagles were doing, or what the Commanders were doing, or what the Giants were doing in their preseason games. So
I am still in the same spot I was before because we didn't play any starters. And the matchup that I look at, here's my thing. My matchup is we going to throw the football. We got to throw the football. And even last night, as bad as that game looked, you know, mainly Milton just did not have any speed control. Everything was all out.
Yeah.
Well, we actually ran the ball a little bit better than I thought we did. You know, everybody's in their emotions, but the Cowboys, we've lost 7 straight season opening preseason games. We are not a big team like Baltimore that wins consecutively preseason games. We're always ass. And knowing that we didn't play any starters in there, you know, the reality is we're always a top-heavy team. If we're healthy, we got a really good chance. And don't sleep on having George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb being able to go deep on your ass. It may end up being a track meet, in which case you're taking Saquon more out of the equation. Let me say shout out to Tim Hargrave, brand new channel member. Email me. Here's the link for my email.
You don't know. My problem is
so that way we get you your shot glass and your squeeze football.
My concerns, Leo, is first and foremost stopping the run, and the penalties and the tackling. Those are my 3 concerns.
I'm with you, Lord.
So is it? And what about your coaching, the coaches, and because that preseason game was also a dress rehearsal for them.
Well, with the players that we had on the
like
team that were starting, we knew that we were going to be passing more anyway. So I think this game was more of like them getting acclimated, see what they got. You know, I mean, I can't until I see the starters with Shoddy maybe in the 3rd preseason game and how things are going that way, I could gauge it more better. But right now, I'm like with the Loyal right now. We need to do something about the run.
Well, I was thinking about, you know, like the number of penalties that I saw.
That too.
Then that was to me that's like, okay, we got to, you know, y'all gonna have to do a little bit better with coaching these guys up.
It's the first preseason game, people. You can't judge shit by a preseason game.
I'm just talking about the coaching. That's all. I'm just saying, like, things that I would attribute to, you know, you got to do better with the coaching, like the discipline. You know, I mean,
they're all young players that are.
Let's back this up for a second here. Hold on. Let's back this up here for a second. How many plays do you think 2nd and 3rd string players get as opposed to your starters in practice?
In practice?
30%. And so now they're actually having to play a whole game. So they're spending most of the time with your starters making game plans.
Yep.
So you're talking about guys that aren't getting that much work, a lot of which may not even make the roster.
Mm-hmm.
You are in an evaluation situation here. You're trying to put players in positions to see what they can do, to say, is this a guy that I can coach up and be able to keep? Is this a guy who's, if I need him to, who can play? Do I need to go ahead and find somebody else to take their place on the waiver wire? This is an evaluation. That's all this is. And in the same way, you can't even tell week 1, week 2, week 3 what teams are good, because that's still really like the preseason when you're still putting it all together. So anybody who's out here thinking that they know by what they saw from preseason, I will say the Detroit Lions went 4-0 and then proceeded to lose 16 games straight. Right?
No, you're right. You're right, Eugene. Drew asked if you think throwing the ball with a bad defense is a recipe for success in the NFL.
We had 3 running backs out. That's why we were doing that. We didn't have other lucky or.
Mark, I do have a question for you, a real quick question.
Sure.
I just looked at something. Is this what they doing now? When someone comes in, it says user PK something. So this somebody who's not a member of your channel, or is that something YouTube
Wait a minute, say
is
what?
doing?
User. Well, that's if they don't have a YouTube channel, I guess they're just calling.
Oh yeah,
that's
just a made up name that they went with.
Yeah.
No, YouTube put that name up.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's what it is for the future. I'm sorry, man.
There's like some kind of, I think there's some kind of YouTube thing going on when it comes to the name changes, because it's got my.
Well, what it
is
is okay. Here's what they're doing. I explained it earlier because I was wondering myself. It's like, did I hit some kind of setting?
Oh, okay.
This is coming across in all YouTube live streams, and basically, instead of having like I've had 50 people that have the name Mark Holmes, instead of putting the name Mark Holmes, so that way you know it's actually Mark Holmes, they're actually using what YouTube has as their
handle.
Your handle.
I said
okay. So if I post on here, it'll say Mark Holmes Jobu Sports Report because that's my handle, or Sugar Daddy Williams, that's actually his handle. So what it's trying to do is so you can actually identify if it really is that person or not, so to speak.
That's why you didn't recognize me yesterday, Mark.
Yeah, it was something trenches.
What is mine?
And it should have made that. I should have realized.
It did that to my live streams like twice, and then it went back to the regular thing afterwards. But yeah, I didn't hit nothing either. It just
I noticed it.
But
because it was doing it on one channel, because I've got both streams up, and it wasn't doing it on the other. So I was like, "What did I do?" I know I must have done something to mess it up.
Yeah, I had to actually text him to ask, "Are you Trench guy?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, okay." That's not
because you can your display name can be multiple Mark Holmes as a display name, but it can only be one Mark Holmes as the
Jobu Sports Report
as the handle as the handle. So
okay.
So there you have it.
So what do you guys think about the way the Giants was looking in their preseason game?
Oh, I didn't actually watch it, but I heard Jackson Dart looked pretty good in that game.
Well, Jackson,
I saw the end of it.
Russell, and Jameis, all three of them had pretty good outings in terms of how they ran their when they got a chance to run the offense. All three of them look good going in.
Here's one other thing.
I saw the end of the game. That defense did good late in the game. They beat Buffalo on the goal line stand. Yeah, they held a goal line stand in the final seconds of the game. That's how they won.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's the same thing that I've been saying in terms of I really do think that New York's defense is going to be a factor this year.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, but I definitely will tell you that I'm paying attention. Because you know how Jesse is. He's always talking about we in the weeds and all this other stuff, and I'm like, and I haven't had an opportunity to take a look at what Cop Pizzle has to say about it and everything like that. But
you got to take that with a grain of salt, because every year they're going to the Super Bowl.
Cop Pizzle, so you can only say but so much. But yeah, and then Washington, man, that's crazy. 30 guys. that ain't gonna work. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys in regards to the way.
Yeah, Leo, I think our
you're kind of low. You're low key that today here, Leo, with Eugene in here. Yeah, you're kind of keeping it quiet.
I said, and what more can I say, man? I mean,
you talk your shit like normal, man.
I did it.
Call his ass.
I did it. I fired everybody up. You know what I'm saying?
I heard him last weekend, Eugene. I mean, he's on here saying back-to-back Super Bowls already. Give him that third ring.
Yeah,
no, he said
You're saying he said that recently because he also said that the year they lost to the Chiefs.
I did. No.
Oh yeah, you called a repeat. I don't look like that. I'll pull the video.
He's got receipts on your ass.
And I watched the whole thing yesterday too. I just let it play.
Damn.
Yep. I had some work to do, so I just let it play.
I gotta get my popcorn ready.
It was great.
Really?
Eugene's having fun with it, I can tell.
I don't really.
I did it
like
again.
you can see me during the video. Like at a point, I just stopped looking at you. Like, I couldn't tolerate it.
Even if I wanted to say anything bad about the Eagles, I can't right now. But until they fall,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, right now they're the Super Bowl champs and they're on top of the world.
Yep.
So I can't.
I mean, I have a lot of respect for them even before they won. When I was a rook, Trey Thomas, backed me up. They brought him in at the tail end of his career. So I can't tell you how much Philly Eagles tape I've watched over the years. And then when I got to Baltimore, his old O-line coach was mine, Juan Castillo. So I've got probably too many clips of Eagles plays in my head.
He's our old O-line coach.
Yep.
So you got a good one. You had a real good one. But again, and Eugene, Mark has it, I had Mark, go ahead, Mark, make the clip, all this other stuff. The things that I said was just before the game actually was played. You know what I'm saying, in terms of repeating and all that other stuff. So it's all on there. So there's the footage that you have, and then there's the footage that Mark has, and where Mark's going to play it every day, to troll if we don't win the Super Bowl.
I'm going to play it either way. If you win, I'll play it. In which case you look like you're a genius, and if they lose. Well, of course, then you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
At least it's not a tattoo.
No, if they win back-to-back, they'll be up there with the two teams that have done it. It's only a few.
Right. Yeah, you guys, I know you guys have done it, but again.
Steelers, Dolphins, Patriots, 49ers, Green Bay Packers, Denver Broncos.
Yeah. Well, again, it's my opinion that I think, week one, of course, I think we're going to smash the shit. So it is what it is. I'm just curious as to how are you guys feeling, having seen, your first preseason game and seeing how, do you guys have any depth, concerns? Particularly,
Wade already said, Leo, that if Dak goes down, they in trouble.
Yeah. No, depth, not Dak. Depth.
No, depth.
Depth, like as far as
I'm concerned. Depth. I mean, I'm not like the second string. I mean, if that's our second string, then I'm not
feeling
like,
good.
I'm not like jumping for joy what I was seeing.
You're concerned.
Injuries too. We got some guys banged up too, so it's like.
Yeah, and I just
want everyone to make it through training camp healthy. That's my biggest concern is that.
Yeah.
The run stopping is.
We'll see.
And we are really nicked
same
up
old
already.
Jerry, the same old Cowboys. If they keep Mazi, after when the cut comes down in the first game, then the same old Cowboys.
That's not. Let's back this up. It's still a first-round draft pick. And it's not like you have a whole lot better behind them. You don't. I mean, you got Jay Tola, okay? You got Winfrey, who's back in there. But you don't exactly have, just to say we're going to get rid of him. You're still hoping that he progresses and gets better. And to
Has
his
he gotten better,
defense,
Mark?
well, we haven't really seen it. He's literally in his third defensive coordinator in 3 years. And
We can't
now,
always bring that up.
hold on. And the things that they have done with him from his rookie year with Dan Quinn, where basically they said, no, we get it, you're a run stopper, but we need you to be able to rush the passer. So go lose 40 pounds. So then you come back now with the new coach who is actually trying to get you to be a one technique guy, put weight back on. Now we've got the new coaching staff that's saying you're going to play 1 and 3 techniques, but we need you to get upfield. We want you to lose weight again. So you've got him going through and learning completely everything new. And as a one technique guy, okay, it's a lot different than if you're let's say you're a right defensive end. Everything is coming from your inside to that side. You know that your left hand is going to be the hand that's going to be up in there first to fight pressure. You know you're always looking there. When you're a one technique guy, you get hit from every single direction. You have to have your head on a swivel. You're getting hit by the guard, the center of the guard. You're getting hit by the tight end on a wham block. You're getting hit by the fullback. You're getting a tackle coming down on an influence block. And so a lot of what might be going on with Mazi is indecision on what to do.
I agree with you with that, Mark. I'm gonna give you a same analogy. When I was working a job, and that was my second year on that job or this company, I felt frustrated with the job. I felt frustrated. I couldn't get nothing right. Everything I did was wrong because I had new management coming in all the time. So I decided to go somewhere else, and I flourished because I didn't have that pressure on me, and that's what he's feeling because he keeps hearing he's a first round pick.
He's a
You
bust.
tell a player and you hear that all the time, it gets in your head. And you ain't performing
So
like they
are you
want
trying
you
to
to
say
perform.
you trying to say he's soft?
So it's got, you know, like Brian Broaddus said, former scout of the Cowboys, it's defensive line. If you're a good defensive lineman, you're going to be good regardless whether they switch you on one side or the other or in the middle. You're going to be dominant. It's not rocket science. It's defensive line. I'm not saying like, it's not hard to play defensive line, but he's been playing it forever. It's either you're solid, you're good, or you're not.
I'm going to disagree because there's a big difference between like if you are a reading defense versus an aggressive defense. Because see, for me, being a lightweight, when you had to read and react, where I've got to get my hands on the center and try and figure out which way to fight pressure on, it's hard because basically you're letting the offensive lineman do what he wants to do with you, and then you have to fight it. As opposed to when you have a spot defense where I'm required to take care of this spot. So right now when that ball snapped, I'm going to that spot. And you might be good at one thing and not good at another.
Is he getting pushed back from the field during the run? Does
Sometimes.
he get pushed 2 yards or 3 yards down the field?
Sometimes he's back in the secondary.
Okay.
Okay. But again, that can all go back to indecisiveness.
That's my point. He probably needs a new atmosphere, a new team to go to.
No, that may be true too, but I'm just kind of pointing out that it may be that he just sucks.
Did you say there was a weight issue as well?
They have gone through, and first he was about 335, 340.
He doesn't look like somebody that loves the gym to me, you know?
Well, he dropped down to 290 his rookie year because they wanted him to lose weight. Last year he was around 220 because that's about where they wanted him. This year they wanted him to drop some more. So he's been kind of yo-yoed right there. Dirty Sanchez, don't people realize how tough it is on your joints and ligaments to lose weight and gain it and then lose it again? I've been there, done that, and it ain't easy. Okay.
This is a young man. His joints have no problem fluctuating weight.
Go look at all the great defensive linemen in NFL history. They were coming out the gate pretty solid out of college.
Was Mazi the guy that said he didn't even like football?
Yes, he did.
He said he liked contact.
That's another knock on him. When you say you don't like football and you're in the NFL, you ain't going to last long.
That kind of makes you wonder if you're
passionate. Well, he said he likes to knock heads.
Yeah, that's straight red. That's a straight red. That's a straight red flag.
Yeah, right, I mean, I don't know any locker room I've been on. If a guy say he didn't love it and was there, that he wouldn't be on the field for sure. That's crazy.
Wow.
I'll put it this way, Eugene. He wouldn't be in the Ravens locker room.
Oh no way.
He'll be on the Cowboys locker room because guess what? They'll ride that till the 5th-year option, and they'll keep him on the team and let him take up a roster spot. That's how the Cowboys roll.
I don't know.
Because they don't like admitting they're wrong about anything.
They didn't with Taco. They got rid of Taco. They got rid of Tristan Hill.
They didn't want to. Yeah, you're right. They drafted Taco instead of T.J. Watt, and they didn't want to admit they were wrong about that. Remember? So they rode that to the end.
Oh.
No, they got rid of Taco after 2 years.
Yeah,
they let it ride to year 4.
Miami
they let
picked
it ride.
him up.
They let it ride the whole rookie contract, 4 years, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they got rid of him.
Well, what I'm saying, I don't know when a player in the locker room, because you can get belittled by your locker room and say, "Hey, man, why are you here? If you don't like football, why are you here?" I can see players jumping down his throat.
That's my whole thing.
The Cowboys got rid of him after year 2.
That's my whole thing. Will McClay drafted defensive lineman. Hold on, Will McClay, you literally drafted Taco Charlton before T.J. Watt. I was calling that from my living room couch. Draft T.J. Watt. And I'm not even an NFL scout.
The thing is they liked the link. They looked at TJ and said he's too short. He doesn't have the length that they like. That Taco was raw, but we liked his length and his upside. Okay, well, we had him for 2 seasons, got 4 sacks and 11 quarterback hits for that first round pick.
Mark. What do they get off on this or what?
I don't know. What, I wish I knew.
Some people,
you would kind of figure out of mind, out of sight. You would think they'd be like, well, we were kind of wrong on this. We need to take another route. We need to go another route on this. But the Joneses, they'd rather suffer before they go another route.
And they believe in their guys. Remember when Calais Campbell was a free agent? Mark, and I was screaming that for days. Go get Calais Campbell. You had the
from the time he left the Cardinals, man.
I could tell you a player they forced down Cowboys fans, and they don't want to admit, and some Cowboy fans don't want to admit, that was Tony Romo. They forced Tony Romo as the starting quarterback when nobody really knew of him like that, and forced him to be the quarterback.
Did you see Drew Bledsoe throwing the ball before Tony Romo got in there?
Drew Bledsoe is getting the hell knocked out.
What other choice did they have?
Drew Bledsoe lost
Go back and look at those first
Romo cost y'all more playoff losses and more turmoil.
The first 5 or 6 games that
I'm sorry.
Watch Drew Bledsoe.
I'm sorry, Momo. Shut the F up. Because during the time of Tony Romo, should we go through the list of quarterbacks that your team went through at the same time? From the Jason Campbells to the Donovan McNabbs.
Hold up for a second, Mark.
Come on, man.
Hold up. I went Robert Griffin beat that Dallas Cowboys team to win the division.
For one good season.
That interception late in the game. So don't talk about that. So let's talk. He went head to head with Asai Robert Griffin, who was Rookie of the Year that year, and we beat y'all for the division. So let's talk about that now. Romo was the reason y'all lost a lot of games.
So wait. So all those years that Romo played, you can only find one game?
Say what?
So all those years Romo played, you can only find one game?
I can find many games. The fumble in the
no, against you, bro. Against you. Against your team.
No, I'm talking about in the playoffs.
No. I'm talking about your team. So you got one game in Romo's whole career, and you're talking about how does it not matter?
For me, it did.
You are so full of crap.
I had nothing to cheer about.
Best quarterback y'all had in 35 years is Mark Rifkin. That's y'all's best quarterback in 35 years, Mark Rifkin.
No. Actually, I would say Doug Williams.
Mark Rifkin was good though too.
Yeah. Because Mark, here's a little side story. Mark Rifkin and Doug Williams went beefing at each other, and Mark knows because Doug Williams started crying when Joe Gibbs took him off because Mark Rifkin got hurt, and Doug, who was the starting quarterback, was winning the games,
Okay.
And then Mark Rippon comes back after injury, and the team didn't want Mark Rippon back on as a starting quarterback because they was vibing with Doug. You remember that?
All right. Okay. Let me, Momo. I hate when you bring this shit out. Okay. So when Tony Romo started playing, these are the list of the damn quarterbacks that you had. As you say, they forced Tony Romo down our throat. I will probably say that most Commander fans would have been happy to have Tony Romo as opposed to Mark Brunell, Patrick Ramsey, Jason Campbell, Todd Collins, Donovan McNabb, Sexy Rexy, John Beck. Then you had RG3 and Kirk Cousins. Come on,
Smith,
man.
Too. Don't forget that, Mark. Don't forget that.
Alex Smith.
You naming your quarterbacks, and you said who?
Jason Campbell. Hold on.
Oh, I forgot. There's Colt McCoy in there, too. Okay.
Go to San Diego.
Josh Johnson.
Super Bowl.
Come on, I was back. I had to take a second think about it. I said, who?
Look, those who live in glass houses, I love how one year of actually winning, that all of a sudden he's up here on this pedestal like that.
I like Jason Campbell though. I thought he got screwed.
So when we got Donald McNabb, I didn't want him because hey, he's washed and he's an ex-Eagle and he wasn't going to do anything.
Hey man,
wait, hold up. When did I see you, Rhonda? Mark, was she on the channel?
What, Rhonda?
Rhonda, you have Rhonda
on the stream?
Yeah, on the call-in. She's here.
No,
Rhonda. Yeah, she's been on here before.
When I saw her.
She's not on the stream. She didn't call in.
But I'm just saying, Romo lost a lot of games. Just should have won.
Romo, he was a solid quarterback.
And your quarterbacks lost a lot of games.
Romo was a solid quarterback, man. I'm sorry. I'm going to take Romo over Chad Hutchinson, Quincy Carter. Good Lord, man.
I'm explaining to you. I
5 and 11, 3 years in a row. Give me Romo.
I'm going to be frank with you. I thought
Quincy
Carter wasn't bad. I don't believe they gave him an opportunity to do well. That's my opinion. Because the quarterback.
Who?
Jump in here, Rhonda.
Okay. What? Hold on. I know I didn't see that right. Washington.
He's talking about Romo. No, he's talking about Romo.
Who did Washington sign?
No. He was saying Romo made $104 million. I know what Momo's kind of focusing in on, but I'm trying to tell Momo, no. He was just talking about how much money Romo made. Nothing, no contract or nothing like that, Momo.
Damn, Momo. We went through some lean years there in the early 2000s, man. 5 and 11, 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Good shit, bro. Good shit.
I mean, I'm over here, dude. Literally, no bull crap. That's why I can't. Hey, no offense, Eugene. I can't stand the Baltimore Ravens in the early 2000s because, man, I was at my buddy's house, and his dad was like, "We'll go to the arcade if the Cowboys could just score one touchdown." And that whole game, that Baltimore Ravens defense gave up no touchdowns, and we didn't do nothing that night.
Got the hell knocked out of us.
So the Commanders are signing former Dolphins.
And they've had our number ever since, too.
Ray Lewis was just all over the place, kicking the hell out of us.
Your dad knew he wasn't going to the arcade. That's why he said that shit.
He's like, I ain't got no more quarters left.
Ray Lewis and
that was just his way of telling you he was
kicking our teeth in.
Yeah.
It ain't my fault. It's the Cowboys' fault. Y'all ain't go. Y'all blame them.
Yeah. It's all Dallas's fault. You know what I'm saying? So
Quincy Carter was a quarterback too, man. I'm sorry. That was bad.
I remember those years.
I did see an improvement with him though towards the end there when Parcells got rid of him though. I did see an improvement in him. Yeah. So that's saying a lot about your coach.
Yeah. Well, I just think that right now, from a talent perspective, those teams that looked pretty strong last year, some of them, are going to have some depth issues. You guys hear that Alan Lazard came out with his arm in a sling. Green Bay ain't looked too good either. You know what I'm saying? and I can't think of who else. I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart, but yeah, you know, like it's
all the good teams lost yesterday, Leo.
yeah. But again, in terms of I'm thinking I'm evaluating beyond like what I see on the field. Has the play calling been efficient? You know, is it balanced play calling? And if not, why? You know, how are you know, we already touched on it, you know, penalties and stuff like that. Things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? These are things that I tend to want to really look at when I'm thinking about what we can expect going into the season and everything like that. Because you guys remember now, this was our offensive coordinator's first time calling the game as offensive coordinator. So there was, you know, these were things that we had to like actually look at too as well. So you guys weren't alone in those question marks and everything. You just got a few more, you know.
You know
And
what
that's
I'll
what
say, Leo? I was actually impressed with your offensive line, your
the
secondary
twos.
guys there.
Yeah,
I was
yes.
actually impressed with that. I was like, wow, man, you guys really do have a good offensive line, man.
Well, don't forget, remember now when
Oh.
playoffs started, you know, because the only starter from the offensive line that you saw yesterday was Tyler Steen. But remember what happened at the beginning of the playoffs? You know,
Yeah,
because
he came in and he helped out too.
but he was, you know what I'm saying? Him and Juergens, they were struggling because of their backs, you know what I'm saying? And Mark likes to bring it up, but and it's true, like when Lane is not in, you know what I'm saying? We're a different team, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you know, like the question marks I had about Tyler Steen's back, you know what I'm saying? They let him play like a series and then they pulled him out. And for the rest of the game, it was just the twos, but it was always no defensive starters, no offensive starters. They all just, except for Tyler Steen. So to see how those guys perform, and again, they got burnt a few times, but that's good. I want that. You know, those things, those are all, you know, can be corrected by coaching and effort during these days in training camp. Because Mark, are we not coming up on the most important part of training camp? Or Eugene, do you agree with this? The dress rehearsal.
Explain. What do you
Like
mean?
week two, like no, after the first preseason game, right?
We don't play
There's
anybody.
the preparation and the practicing between the first preseason game and the second one. Isn't that like where you're, you know, isn't that supposed to be like the most important time?
I mean, you can try to create some more excitement around it, but it's just another preseason game.
No, I'm talking about the practices in between. After you've seen yourselves for the first time, you know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. You haven't seen yourselves for the first time. And you know, I'll say this for the staff that might be different, you know, getting a chance to see how everybody works on that level is probably beneficial. You know, communication, you know, when the coordinator might not be on the field. I'm not sure how your team does it. Some teams have them in a box, some have them on the field. Like those dynamics might change a bit.
Right.
But yeah, that's about it.
Right.
Well, here's what I'll say that hurts the Cowboys is I call us being an open society that literally every practice is open for the fans to go to. You have everybody there getting highlights from practice, and you hear, you know, Schottenheimer saying, you know, we're basically going to be using a 7-iron. We're not showing anything. We're going to be vanilla. And so with everybody constantly always there at every single practice, I don't know how you really practice all the stuff that you really want to use as an advantage. You know what I mean? You know, the Eagles,
as a matter of fact,
you
today,
guys have
right now as we speak,
the
Eagles are holding
practice.
Yeah, they're one and only. You know what I'm saying? This is the only open practice that they're going to have for the whole preseason.
Yeah.
You know, and all the money all the money goes to autism. So, you know, like cuz and I'm only saying that because you know, going off of Mark's stories about going out to Oxnard and the way they actually make money, and then the new way that they're doing it, all the changes, it's like, well, shit, you know, it might as well be a carnival. How could you really get to working on the things you want to work on with more guys if you always got people there looking at you?
I agree. I've said it many, many, many times that, you know.
Now Eugene, is that as players, is that annoying? You know what I'm saying? Having all the public there every day.
As a player, you shouldn't care, right? You're there to do a job, and it doesn't matter who's watching. It shouldn't make a difference, really, as a coordinator either. Like, you're trying to hide your bag of tricks from the public. I mean, it's about your team executing. So it shouldn't matter who's watching what you're doing.
Right. Okay. Well, there you have it, Mark. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, I accept that. Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, okay. Let's get, the roll to the second Super Bowl to the repeat is underway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a hell of a year. Hell of a year. And for those of you all listening and watching, please bring your asses on over to the bird section. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be interesting, Leo, when y'all come in third place and y'all not that same team.
That's what I see.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see. There's a lot of cockiness going on. I just hope these same sentiments aren't in the locker room.
I don't think so. Listen to how they've been thinking in how the rookies have been getting their ass dug into by the vets.
I remember when AJ was sitting on the sidelines reading a book because he had to calm himself down because he wouldn't even get enough passes thrown to him.
And then I remember Michael Irvin saying that he wished he had a thought to do that when he was in the league.
I don't care enough for Michael.
Yeah, there's a level of emotional intelligence that's lacking in that department from both guys, and no disrespect to Michael either. But if that's what you got to do to stay locked in, there's some other problems underneath that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But at least, hey, he knows what to do. He's doing something.
Like, every moment he's reading that book and, like, not working with his guys to exchange info on what the defense is giving them and how they're being played to even help his QB. I mean, it's just like you're wasting time, you know?
That's fire.
Well, they try to make it a cool storyline, and then, we live in a time where our country is really soft and everyone is, emotional health, this and that. But nah, man, we got ball to play. We ain't got time to be reading books on the sideline. I need to know what's happening out there. What kind of keys can you give me, that'll help us win? Not reading your book.
Man. I like that.
The one thing about Michael Irvin, though, is you would see him on the sideline back in the day. That dude was all about winning. I mean, he was an absolute leader. I mean, I know he did some crazy shit. That dude right there, when he stepped on that football field, he was about winning.
Now he's about promoting. He's not. He's about promoting.
When he was on the field, he was a different cat, and that go all the way back to his days when he played the Hurricanes down on South Beach. It go all the way back to his days as a Hurricane. That passion, it went from South Beach to Irvin.
His passion is about promoting the Cowboys. So he's not on the field. He could talk that talk, but at the end of the day, I've always believed that if you ain't locked in on the field,
I'm going to say this: if
when he played,
if having to read a book get your mind into the game, and the end result is a Super Bowl win, and you're ranked
no. That's not the end result.
By PFF.
No.
I'll take it. I don't have a problem with it. No, I don't have a problem with it.
Imagine how much better he would be if he was locked in. Imagine how much better Jalen. Imagine how much better Jalen. He's not the number one receiver in the league, Leo. Stop.
No, PFF ranked him as the number one receiver. Yes. Oh. Look it up. Yeah.
And what were they?
Hey, Mark, remember what I told you?
He might not be the best receiver on his team.
I don't want my receiver on the sideline reading a book, just like I didn't want Kyler Murray playing video games instead of studying film because you're the quarterback of the franchise. You're basically making that same argument.
No, because Kyler
it's
Murray,
the same argument, Leo. You're not attentive. You're not in the game.
I said,
we heard you. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear nothing about that no more.
I think he's saying shut the F up.
Super Bowl ring.
Man. I don't want to hear these excuses, man.
It's the
Tell
same
your
thing.
guys to stay locked in, man.
It's the same thing as being okay with LT going to sleep in the defensive meetings. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
he's not
LT is just that
LT.
good.
He's not LT.
LT
And
earned that
Bro,
right.
he
do
ain't
that,
LT. He's not LT. Stop.
No, I didn't say no. I
Oh
didn't say
boy.
he was LT. Stop, y'all. Don't please. I don't want this to go left on the wrong way.
Oh my
I'm just
gosh,
saying,
man.
if that's what you got
How
to
do y'all
do
deal with
to
this
get
guy?
me the
How are you in business with
Seriously.
this guy? That's what I want to know.
Bro, we got to hang 40 on you week one. I'm
that's not
sorry.
gonna
We
happen.
got to
That's not
hang
gonna
40
happen.
on y'all.
Listen, you guys have much bigger problems.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You
We
guys
got to
got
beat
much bigger
y'all like
problems.
we got to beat y'all like a drum this week one. I'm sorry.
See us again. When do we see y'all again? Week 9, right?
I think so. Wait a minute.
That should be what y'all targeting.
After
Week
Kansas
9
City,
in your
isn't it?
house. Week 1 in our house.
If y'all lose that game at the link, Leo, you're not gonna hear the end of that.
Blaspheme.
Week 9 we play Arizona. It says
They don't even expect to win. They try to front like they're gonna win, but they don't expect to win. They just want to know what they look like against the champs. That's what they care
really
about.
worried, and I'm gonna tell you why. You're
Say that
really
again
worried,
now?
but you're really worried, and I'm gonna tell you why. You worried because you talking a whole bunch of shit. You're writing so many points that
He's not worried. He's just delirious.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like I told Leo last Sunday. I done seen my franchise and my team kick the shit out of your franchise too many damn times to be scared of y'all week one.
There you
too
go.
many times.
Here's the issue that we have. Eugene,
you
we're
right about
talking
that,
to we're
man.
literally directly talking to a fan base who has no clue what it's like to be a winner in the modern era. You got to remember their last time winning like this was in the
Leo,
late
the
1900s.
year y'all went to the Super Bowl against Kansas City, the Cowboys hung 40 on y'all. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. We can beat y'all. We can beat y'all. We can beat y'all, Leo.
It's a conference rival, Leo. Everybody's gonna be on everybody. They know you. Come on, that's how it works, Leo. You know that.
It's the NFC East, Leo. Come on now.
Right
come
now,
on. How many times have we beat y'all in the last 10 years?
Week 1 is just an evaluation for this fan base. They're just evaluating themselves. They don't expect to win. They just want to see what they look like. Like okay, and then build up and build themselves up.
If they beat y'all, if the Cowboys beat y'all,
it's a win for them.
How did you started this
Momo,
last game?
if the Cowboys beat us or if the Cowboys lose, if the Cowboys lose against us, it's a win for them. If the Cowboys beat us, it's a win for them. They don't lose anything, nothing. Okay, they have nothing to lose. But
if they do win, that looks very you're gonna catch hell on this channel.
Listen, here's the thing, right? And Thomas could back me up on this. From day one, since I've been coming on this channel, you know what I'm saying? I've been, why are you here? Don't you look at this? 5 is better than 1. And I've been like the vitriol that I have received, and I've been respectful for over a year. You know what I'm saying? And then the one time I blew up, which was last week, it hurt because it was all of that coming out. You know what I'm saying?
So why you hold it in? Don't hold it in.
Because I maintained that March channel was supposed to be. I viewed it as a safe space.
Shout out to
Cowboys
Jay.
fans. And
Philly won 2 titles in 60 years, and he said, "Shut the
Leo,
f up."
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, Leo. What did I say last year before we got into the season about the Eagles?
That we were going to be Kellen Moore.
No, but I said no. Remember I said they probably gonna win the Super Bowl. Remember I told you that?
Oh yeah, because you were mad at the team.
I said y'all are probably gonna win the Super Bowl this year. That's not happening. Y'all aren't winning the Super Bowl this
year. Yep. Oh.
Y'all aren't winning the Super Bowl.
Look,
it's hard to repeat. It's hard to win one Super Bowl, but then repeat.
This is where the situational awareness to me is a bit screwed up, because you guys are not at the shit talking to an Eagles fan station. That was a couple of train stations ago. Y'all are in our house is fucked up and we got to fix this, and this is bad. Like you should not have anything to say, especially you, Wade, because you was at the
Leo,
game last year.
I know my team has problems. I also know when my team has had problems in the front office over the last 30 years, we have beaten y'all plenty of times.
Sorry, I missed.
Like we have beaten y'all as a dysfunctional franchise, literally.
Yeah.
Come on,
but it has not produced a Super Bowl yet. Go ahead, Mark. I know you got to get it. Go ahead.
So Eagles
get
Drew
Drew's
said,
super chat because Drew's saying something about you didn't say no super
didn't
chat.
Michael Irvin smoke crack and win? And we got Dirty. Shout out to Dirty. Y'all call Cowboy fans delusional, but y'all the ones talking about Jalen Squirts is the same category as Tom Brady or Pat Mahomes. He's nowhere near that.
No one said Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. Dirty. I know. My shit talking makes it feels like I said that, but that's not what we're saying. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we're saying. You know, but okay. You know what I'm saying? Look at Jalen Hurts' record against Patrick Mahomes in their last 3 meetings. He's won 2 out of the 3 and outplayed them in all 3.
Jesse says they're in the weeds watching, Leo.
I told you, Loyal. I told you.
Jesse said they're in the weeds.
Yeah, I said it. I said it. Yeah, Jesse, I know, fucker. I know. I said it already. But look at Jalen Hurts' record against Patrick Mahomes in their last 3 meetings, and then come talk to me.
You know, I love how everybody just breaks things down to just one player.
Hey, they look at the chat, Mark. It said same category as Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. I can't. You know what I'm saying? That's my response. I mean, it's not like we don't have a body of work to go off of. And
I bet Eugene
was teasing me about Jalen Hurts losing the fumble and getting the pick 6, and
that's because you called Lamar a choke artist, bro. So I had to show you who the original choke artist in the conversation was.
The guy.
Here's the thing. Hold it. See what? Here's the problem. When you break it down and say Pat Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts, that takes somebody like Eugene out there and basically says it doesn't matter what Eugene does out there on the field, that he's irrelevant.
It is a team sport.
Thank you. Because without guys like Eugene out there stopping that edge rusher from cleaning the quarterback's clock, Jalen Hurts ain't doing shit.
Like, it's so much of a team sport that Leo here complain about the field condition. Well, y'all equipment managers need to be better and prepare your players better. So it's
bang, shots fired.
It's everybody.
Absolutely.
Like if one person's not on point, y'all don't win.
Absolutely. I don't disagree with that one iota. I don't disagree with that.
So when you go through and you say Jalen Hurts is better than Dak Prescott, and we got guys that literally should be at Home Depot working out on the field, how can you go ahead and equate the same thing? You admit that you got the best offensive lineman.
The best offensive line, since when? Probably one of the best in history. Mm-hmm. So he should be comfortable back there.
And the best running back last year.
Okay.
Yeah, Tom.
And that's why he's better than let that be the reason why he's better than Dak, then, I guess. I mean, you guys are telling me all that stuff, but Dak is 9-4 against us, and 34-8 against the NFC. Like, what is it again?
Shout out. Hold on.
But he's 0 for 0 with Super Bowls.
Dirty Sanchez. I got to get to Dirty Sanchez, man. Listen, you've done enough circle jerking on Jalen Hurts and your team already, okay? You got to be kidding me when you really think Jalen Squirts can throw the ball as good as either one of those guys. You are as delusional as the team that got him both stats. Shout out to you, Dirty. Who's our number one? Dirty is trying to make sure he runs away with this shit.
Hey, Dirty, do me a favor and go back and look at Dak's yards after catch percentage. Then come talk to me. Y'all, since you like to quote them kind of things, tell me about Dak's yards after catch percentage. And then let's see what those numbers look like. All right? Just something to think about. It's not as lofty as you like to make it out to be.
Yeah, but he's running for his life without a running game.
No separation.
LJ, you can leave it open.
Yeah, sorry, literally. We were the worst team last year in separation.
Why was this game not – it was a 24-24. Was this game canceled?
Which game?
No, in preseason, games end in a tie. Yeah. They don't play overtime in preseason.
Yeah, they don't do that, yeah.
Are you talking about the Lions-Falcons game where the player got hurt?
No,
Momo?
That was
Dolphins and
scary.
Bears today.
Oh,
Yeah, that game ended in a tie.
Yeah.
They don't do overtime in preseason.
And I
That's gonna
think
be
the
Hold,
the Detroit game, they
hold.
just let the
Stop.
clock
Stop. Hold,
expire.
whoa, no.
Yeah, then a player got hurt.
Hold on. I've got to go ahead and get I'm sick of this shit here.
What do I
Okay.
do now?
No. See, Kevin, Dak had Zeke and Tony Pollard. What? If you honestly believe over the last 5 years that Zeke Elliott was elite running back, you won't actually watch football. After 2019, Zeke was pretty much spent. And to say that Tony Pollard, do you honestly believe Tony Pollard was an elite running back in the same way that Saquon Barkley was?
No, he wasn't.
You know
Come
what they're
on.
going to say, though, Mark?
Come on.
You know what they're going to say? Here's the argument they're going to use. Zeke Elliott in 7 seasons compared to Terrell Davis, he had more touchdowns, more receptions, more rushing yards. That's what they're going to say. In 7 seasons, statistically, Zeke Elliott blows Terrell Davis out the water.
Okay.
And he's a Hall of Fame running back.
Okay. Wow. And do you believe that? Do you believe that? Now,
do I believe Zeke Elliott is a better running back than Terrell Davis?
Yeah.
No. Do I believe he is a damn good running back his first 4 or 5 seasons? Oh,
yes,
hell yes.
His first 4 seasons he was. But 2020, 979 yards, 4-yard average.
Is wear and
2021, 1,002 yards, his only 1,000-yard season in the last 5, 4.2. In 22, 876, 3.8. In 23, 642, 3.5. In 24, 226 yards, 3.1. Zeke was no longer an elite back after 2019. To say, well, Dak had Zeke, well, shit. Miles Sanders was better than he was at that point.
I'll say this about Zeke. I got more respect for him than I do a lot of other Cowboys players because when he got his money, he played through an injury. He played through a PCL injury.
I remember that.
A lot of players, when they got hurt, they're like, "Oh,
back.
I'm just gonna go sit out." But Zeke played through. Either even when he's playing bad, he played through it. He lived up to his obligation to that contract, even though he didn't have the production he wanted. He still played through that.
But I think today's players should never play through injuries because they will. It doesn't matter because that's gonna hurt you.
No, they're always hurt. They're always hurt.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I'm talking about an injury that can hamper you and cause you more for off-season surgery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Eugene can probably speak to that because basically, if you don't play, then you ain't got a job.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a difference between being hurt or injured, right? If you're hurt, you're playing. If you're injured, you can't. And if you can play, your ass is on the field. It's really that simple. You can't be worried about surgery. I have surgery every year, right? So what? You heal up, get back out there. It's funny, you hear guys who played and didn't necessarily play a long time, or say oh, I got hurt in college. So did everybody else. So did I. You ain't have it. Maybe you weren't tough enough.
Eugene, how old
and
are you?
I agree with that on Eugene. But like I've said and many times before to some of my friends, hey, some people tolerance level is different. Some people can't take pain.
Yeah, and some people take more medication.
Yeah, kind of like Bruce Matthews. I don't know if you know who that is, Eugene. He was offensive lineman for Tennessee. Played 20 seasons, never got hurt. And then he retired because during the off season, he was walking his kids to soccer practice. He blew out his knee. So he retired after 20 seasons on the offensive line. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, look, some guys also,
know
go through a whole career and don't have any major acute injury issues that require surgery. And God bless you if you can get through and not get hurt in that way. But most people get hurt.
Hell, Ronnie Lott, he had his finger taken off. And what's his name? For the Giants.
The fireworks display.
Want to play for Tampa Bay too. Pierre,
when he blew the fireworks.
JPP. They's like, F this. I'm gonna go out there and play some football.
Even guys like Brett Favre. I mean, they say what they want to about Brett, but damn, he was in the old school era and he played all them years without getting hurt. Damn near 20 seasons. I mean, that's impressive.
Well, he was the one that scared me about.
He was also addicted to painkillers
and the addiction.
Yeah, he took a lot of painkillers. He
Yeah,
definitely did.
yeah, and and then you look at him
Didn't
today.
well back then. What's his name for the Los Angeles Rams? He played
Was that
with a
Reynolds?
broken leg.
No, Jack Youngblood.
Yeah, he played with a broken leg.
I mean, remember Todd Gurley was really good, and then his
Yep.
knees started like giving out.
Yep.
I don't know. He got some arthritis in his knees or something.
Yep.
Was going on.
Right after he got that
He
big
had no
contract
bone.
from Atlanta.
He was all bone then.
Yep.
All bone.
So again, all I'm saying is, Mark, when they say, Dak had Zeke, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just
Dak's had some good teams. Me and you both know, Leo. Like they've had some good
They ain't had an offensive line like Jalen Hurts.
2014, our offensive line. I'll put them up against the Eagles' offensive line easily.
I will actually say
Easily.
I will actually say 2016 was the last great year of that offensive line.
I will say this
2015
to
was
you,
really good too, but unfortunately we didn't have Tony Romo.
Before I leave, Leo, I will say the year, I had a very good team, and the teams were afraid. When Kelly came as your head coach, he dismantled that team so bad, he shipped everybody out.
Yeah, but the thing is that look at where we are today to have recovered in the way that we have to be here today.
I pray. You know what?
That's remarkable.
I pray that you guys have a season like San Francisco had last year to humble y'all's ass, because y'all are so full of so much shit that you literally believe that nothing can go wrong.
I didn't say that.
No, but that's the way you guys talk. We're on a different level here. We can't relate to that. This is fucking football, man. This is football. What happened last year means nothing to this year.
Exactly. I don't disagree with you on that, Mark. The only thing I disagree with you on is the fact that I know we're going to win the Super Bowl again, and I went on record just because I said that. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. Now with that, you know what I'm saying? If it's something that I truly believe and it's something that I actually think, then someone who's like that, wouldn't they talk the way that I talk? I'm not, again, it's not even a troll. It's just like, yo, okay, yeah, well, hey, things that we have to take a look at.
Didn't you say the same thing to Eugene when the first Super Bowl that Jalen Hurts was in?
Yes, I talk Momo, listen.
Yes, we got the tapes.
I talk bigger shit than this to you.
Yeah, what
I've
I'm
done
saying.
it 1,000.
Just be humble. Just be thankful you won a Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowls.
Trust me. Listen, what you are hearing is nothing that he hasn't heard himself. What you guys say to me is it pales in comparison to you're not talking. So
I know you're not going to the Super Bowl. You know why? You know why you're not going to the Super Bowl? Because I'm not going to an Eagles-Cowboys game this year. Every time I've gone to an Eagles-Cowboys game in Dallas, y'all went to 3 Super Bowls. Guess what's happening this year? I
gotta get to my channel winner here, Dirty Sanchez. He's been turned over a Brinks car. Eugene, do you think the NFL is ramping up these guys too fast? Maybe they need an extra week or two of ramping up before pads?
I think they can get right to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get right to it.
All right.
All the NFL cares about is money. The money they can get in their pockets for more games. That's the sad thing.
Definitely don't need more games.
I think that's crazy.
They are going to give more games. And I said something to Eugene, and people trash me, but it's true. I believe the NFL, in the future, there will be a Super Bowl in another country. Because it's about the money with the NFL. It's all about the money. If people say that's never going to happen,
they need to go back to a 16-game season.
If it happens, it'll probably be in China.
They need to go back to a 16-game season. Quit messing this shit up.
Here's why it won't happen.
That's definitely a possibility.
Here's why it won't happen. Can you imagine the Super Bowl being in Saudi Arabia? You know
what
time they would
believe that.
Oh yeah,
they would be like 11 o'clock in the morning.
They will pay for it too.
They will pay for it. Lord, who goes to the Super Bowls?
But you think the viewers are going to watch the Super Bowl at 11 o'clock in the morning?
And celebrities at the Super Bowl. Regular folks, for the most part, don't go to the Super Bowl. It's all celebrities and sponsors in that crowd. on people on people's family.
Eagles Drew, Mark, can you ask Eugene about Dak unless you're scared? Ask
Oh,
him
he
what.
wants to know what's Eugene's thoughts on Dak Prescott as a quarterback.
I mean, I love how people are always saying you're scared. Scared of what? My ass is on YouTube every day doing,
I
my
mean,
whole
what
life.
discussion are we having about Dak, though, right? It's really difficult to gauge him against the quarterbacks. Like, when you look at who's elite and the teams that surround those guys versus him, it's kind of hard to say he's not in that class with them, because he doesn't have the support that all the other QBs definitely don't have the support that Jalen has.
There you have it. Thank you, Eugene.
No, he definitely does. Yeah, his team is definitely a lot leaner now. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have some great receiving core this year. This will be, I think, the best receiving core that he's had. But I'm not sure about my running game, and I'm not sure about my offensive line.
And
I'm more sure about my offensive line than my defensive line.
You're saying this to me 3 weeks before y'all supposed to play us on banner night.
Well,
and then
thank God it's 7 o'clock, so I can get the hell up out of here.
This is terrible. Like you
we need to burn those banners down while we're there.
You people are,
which is why it's going to be so much sweeter if we win.
And Leo,
okay,
don't forget, Leo, when my lotto was hurt.
Hold on,
oh, sorry.
I want this to happen, Leo. I do not want this to happen, Leo. But you talking so much shit. You better hope Jalen Hurts don't go out there like Aaron Rodgers did on that week 1 and blow out an Achilles or some shit. You better hope that don't happen.
Really, you say that?
And he better hope.
I don't wish that on anyone.
And he better hope Mailata don't get hurt again, because when he was out, the tackle that replaced him was the worst in the league for that stretch.
There you go.
So y'all, I know you were talking about depth and you getting a chance to see your guy. It don't mean nothing. Y'all really don't have that depth like you think.
See, Mark. See what I mean? Listen, once again. Wait a minute. First off, Walker, you say that to me after what Tanner just did the other day. Okay, right. Yeah. And to Eugene, bruh, listen. Show me Lamar with his Super Bowl trophy, then we can have a conversation.
You know what, Leo, you are writing
because at the end of the day,
checks,
the numbers are the main. Let's keep the main
writing a whole lot of checks, man.
Let's just keep the main thing, fellas. Okay, let's at least do that. All right, man. Before we start.
Reggie, shout out to Reggie Hart, brand new channel member. Make sure you email me cowboysmark94@gmail so we can get your package there. You know what? I'm gonna find your address, and I'm gonna come up to your house, and I'm gonna live stream from your front yard.
Come on, hold on. I'm sending it to you right now, Mark. I didn't know you was thinking like that.
Oh,
but a word.
I'm gonna have some Jobu wings. And sit back and watch the game.
You know what? I tell you what. If the Cowboys somehow win that game in 3 weeks, I will. As soon as that game is over, I will drive to your house. Okay, it might be 3 o'clock in the morning when I get there, but I'm gonna be there.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Say that one more time.
If the Cowboys, we got that game. It's Thursday night.
Right.
If the Cowboys win, I will jump in my truck and I will drive to your house right then and there. It might be 2, 3. I'm not sure how far away, but it might be 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But I will be there knocking on your door, bro.
I'm only 30 minutes away.
You're only 30 minutes away? Oh, well, that's even better.
I live in Trenton.
Do a live stream at Leo's.
In Trenton?
Yeah.
Trenton, New Jersey?
Yes.
Trenton, New Jersey is not 30 minutes away from me.
The fuck if it ain't? Oh, no. You said you were coming up here. We're playing
I said I'm going to be at my house watching the game.
Oh,
in Virginia.
No, I'm sorry.
If we win, I will get in my truck that night as soon as the game's over and start driving to your house.
All right, I'll have something rolled up for you when you get here. All right.
You know what? I might smoke a big fat one.
Gene, he said 3 o'clock in the morning. Like that's not. Gene, tell him. How are we? What are we like at 3 o'clock in the morning?
That's like 12 noon around here.
Exactly.
Your wife might be like, "Who the hell is this man?" Call the cops on me.
Oh no, she'll know. She'll be aware. She'll be ready.
Both our wives know.
She be talking shit too.
No, about football, no.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she be joining your little Eagles party.
No, she never. No,
no, he didn't say you're little. Little. He said little Eagles party.
I mean, of course, she's gonna have my back. Like she's.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, but she's not. She's nothing in comparison to Mark's wife, and that's nothing. That's what I'm saying, Mark. Like my wife is super dialed down in comparison to yours. At least your wife makes T-shirts and shit.
I was trying to say, what you trying to say about my woman, man? Don't make me.
My wife.
I was getting ready to jump in my truck right now and say, man, you say something about Miss Tracy, I'm about to come up there and kick your ass.
Yeah. Listen, my wife is. It's not her thing. It really isn't. You know what I'm saying? It's the one thing about us that's different. You know what I'm saying? You know, she respects it though. You know what I'm saying? Now, in comparison to your wife, she.
Well, now, truth be told, here's the thing. Now, I've had it actually pretty bad because my wife worked, of course, United Way, and she was with United Way NFL relations and things. So I got what?
You get to go to everything.
Oh shit, bro! I've been to 18 Super Bowls.
Good night, everybody.
Okay. Literally.
All right, mama.
Okay. And I've been.
Are you serious?
Man, I've been in NovaCare. I got a picture of Joe Boo in NovaCare Center at the locker room, man.
What? Mark?
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. Because she was working with so many different players and stuff, she didn't really have a team. That's how I got to know Calais Campbell and stuff.
All right. Now it all makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you been. Oh, you had a super ringer.
Well, see, I was a volunteer to help out and things. So, when she's got, she's got 16 Super Bowl tickets, she's got to get to the Super Bowl with. I'm the bodyguard, man, to make sure the tickets got there and shit. I literally did. I was the in case shit happens guy. Okay, I was always there in case shit happens. Mark, take care of it. And it's like, okay, cool. We were doing a symposium. Mark, can you pick up Cam Newton at the airport? No problem. I got Cam. All right.
But the ultimate was you giving Roger Staubach a ride.
Oh my God, that was.
I'm sorry,
you gave Roger Staubach a ride,
dude.
I would have been like, man.
Dude. So we were. This is when Larry Allen was being inducted. Okay, so Tracy was like, "Oh, we're going to be working with Roger Staubach and Franco Harris at the Pro Football Hall of Fame."
Before he passed.
And she said, "I don't know if I can get you into the situation and stuff on there." Right? I was like, "Okay, that's cool." So we drove up to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and they were doing a photo shoot with both of them and things. And this is a true story because I blocked for Roger Staubach.
Okay, I'm listening.
Roger was outside. This is back when they first started really getting autographs and stuff. So they had an autograph tent with all the Hall of Famers and stuff in there. So Roger's in there signing stuff. He's supposed to sign for an hour, but he ended up signing for 2. And when he ended up finishing, my wife is back there with him. They're bringing him around the back of the tent to bring him into the Hall of Fame to go ahead and do this photo shoot. Once he got out of that tent, people descended on him like flies to shit, trying to take a picture, get his autograph. So I jumped in front of him, and I'm literally just pushing people out the way, just like a swarm, just trying to get him to the inside.
That's how you block for Roger Staubach.
That's how I blocked for Roger Staubach.
Right.
So I got him in there. So they did the whole photo shoot and stuff and all that. And after it was done, my wife said, "Oh, Roger, this is my husband, Mark, and everything else." I was great. Okay, cool. And she said, "Well, Roger, he said, what are you getting ready to do now?" He's like, "Well, I'm going back to my hotel." He said, "I got to find my friend that I came here with to give me a ride back." And she's like, "You're Roger Staubach. You can't just walk around the Pro Football Hall of Fame looking for a ride. Mark, take him back to his hotel." I'm like, "Oh, shit." So I go to get the car, and I'm pulling up to the front of, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. They've got the red carpet down and NFL Network's there. And so they're like, "Oh, who are you here to get?" I'm like, "I'm going to get Roger Staubach." Man, I picked him up, and I'm getting ready to put him in the back of the SUV. And he's like, "Well, I'll sit up front." And I'm just like, okay, this is crazy. And I'm looking at his first Super Bowl ring. And it was about a 20-minute ride. And we were talking about the pistol offense at RG3, whether or not it was going to revolutionize football. But the thing that I will always take with me was, as we're leaving, all these people are waving and cheering and all that. And he said, "It's just great to be remembered."
Wow.
And I was like, "You're You're freaking Roger Staubach. Nobody's going to forget you. And it didn't hit me until I got back, and there was another set of tents that were autographed tents, and I had an all-access pass, so I could go anywhere during the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And I'm seeing guys like Chris Hamburger from the Redskins, Hall of Famers. I'm seeing Forrest Gregg, from the Packers and stuff. All of these greats and guys that I saw growing up, I can't ask for autographs and stuff, but nobody's there. Nobody knows who these guys are. They're forgotten. And I literally have a picture of all these Hall of Famers with gold jackets on, and there's nobody there to get their autographs. And that's when I understood exactly what he was saying.
I saw all that butts in Canton last year.
Wow.
I saw all that butts in Canton last year.
So yeah, that was because of my wife.
Now, so you see how having that type of experience, and I'm not saying same thing, but you see how you had that experience with that player and everything like that, and to get that perspective.
Yeah,
that's the shit I be having to go through when I'm dealing with Eugene's ass, because he'll say shit that you'll be like, the fuck. Well, because sometimes I think, in my mind, I think Eugene forgets that I'm a fan of football. You know what I'm saying? And so to him, he's like just telling a regular story. But to people like us, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what?
That was one of the reasons why I actually started doing social media, was because it was like I was blessed enough to be able to have these experiences. I wanted to share them with others.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I don't have those same experiences anymore like that, but it was great when I had them and stuff. But it's incredible. I've done some really cool shit, man.
I understand the magnitude of what it means as a lifelong Dallas Cowboy fan to be in a car with Roger Staubach and giving him a ride to that's like, holy shit.
That was like, I can drop the mic and die now.
That's the epitome of the fanhood right there.
Yeah.
Like,
so
Lord, please don't let me crash.
You know who I got? You got to understand, but see, I got to do some crazy shit like with DeMarcus Ware. We did a photo shoot with DeMarcus Ware at Valley Ranch during spring practices. It was when they had the building, the blow up bubble that crashed right after that.
Yeah.
So here it is. I'm on the racquetball courts with DeMarcus Ware, and I'm seeing like Jason Witten, because the locker room is only like 20 feet away. They just finished practice, and my wife's like, if you act up, I'm calling security on you my damn self. And, I got to meet Jerry Jones. We saw the whole model of the new stadium, AT&T. So it was like, I can't believe that I was actually able to do some of these things, and I'm forever grateful for my wife, having the job that she did and being able to do those things. And like I said, that's why I started trying to share this stuff with it.
Damn. That's crazy. And you went to 18 Super Bowls? Shit.
I've been to NFL commissioner parties, NFL PA parties and stuff. Yeah, bro. It was cool. It was cool.
Oh man, you got some stories to tell, bro. You got some stories to tell.
Yeah, I got a few of them. I'll tell you what, the NFL PA parties.
Is that you, Eugene?
Yeah, he mentioned Ware. That was one of my funnest games to get ready for, because they always highlight the best guy on the defense when we're in our meetings preparing, getting the rundown of personnel. And as a left tackle, the guys' highlight is always the defensive end, because I played in that era where like there was just a lot of, just premier guys. So yeah, that was a fun one. I think this was the second year that stadium was open.
Eugene, you a big mother humper there, man. You slow.
Oh yeah, I was every bit of 330 right there.
The funniest thing is because where the camera angle is, you would think D-Ware would look bigger because he's closer to the camera. You're behind.
Right. I was much bigger than him.
And you're looking like, damn, you're looking like Sasquatch.
No, I was way bigger than he was.
They called him Moose.
Holy shit.
Damn, man.
Yeah, Mark, they called him Moose.
Damn.
Yeah. That was a big motherfucker, yo.
But see, I can tell you, the experiences I have pale to anything that Eugene, I'm sure, has done.
Bruh. I told you sometimes he'll just without even being prompted or anything like that. It comes at the craziest times too. He'll just say it off the cuff. A story like, yeah, ain't nothing like when I had to go against. Oh yeah, I talked to Dwight Freeney. He was playing golf with Michael Jordan. You like, Nick?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll get a text message. Hey man, I'm sitting here talking to Dick Vermeil. What? Oh, it's like he's so, I get it though. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I had an opportunity to talk to a couple of his family members, and they were telling me from a child's perspective what it was like to be around someone who was going through, who's going to be a top 10 draft pick, and what that was like for them. And it was so funny. You know what I'm saying? It was so funny. You know what I'm saying? And so these stories and the way these experiences and the things that he'll tell you, you'll just be like, and then every now and again, like you'll get like, a friend like Xavier Rhodes, you know what I'm saying? And you don't realize how funny these dudes are just based off of their experiences. Jarrett too, you know what I'm saying? Darryl Green's son, funny as hell, because their perspective is, from a player's perspective, is completely different from a fan perspective. And so to hear it, you're just like,
well,
what?
He's in the inner circle, of course.
Yeah.
But
so
here's the thing, though, that people, with somebody like Eugene, of course, when somebody meets them or sees them, you don't think of them as a regular person and don't realize that they have issues or problems or pains and things like that, as you do too. That, everybody's shit stinks, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, you know what's interesting though, Mark, is that I don't know Eugene, the football player. You know what I'm saying? I only know Eugene, the businessman. That's all. I met Eugene. That's how our relationship actually came off of. You know what I'm saying? Because Eugene, when we first met, I didn't even realize Eugene was like in his last year in the league, and then he was done. You see what I'm saying? Because he was Eugene from GTI, not Eugene Monroe, the football player. I didn't even know that. So for me, it's like when our friendship actually began, and from then to now, I've literally had to like reverse engineer some of these other relationships to people that whom Eugene exposes me to, and
this is what Leo knows me for.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. That's our relationship right there. Yeah, and so for me, I'm hearing these stories. And these people at the time that's telling me these stories, they don't know how big of a football fan I am. They don't know about, at the time they're telling me these stories. So it's just like, what the fuck? Really? So it's a whole nother revelation in terms of hearing it. I mean, I mean, talking with his agent and everything like that, it was funny as hell. Listening to the two of them go at each other. It's just,
you are truly blessed to have him for a business partner.
I am. I'm not even going to front. And I tell him
that
all the
statement
time.
really works both ways. And I know Leo's just like the pissy Eagles fan, but he's literally a legend in the space that we're in. Like he leads a whole state. He's responsible for an entire marketplace being born by his work. So yeah, he's an OG for real.
See, Mark, I be trying to tell y'all.
A loudmouth OG.
Say that again.
A loudmouth OG.
That's correct.
But anyway, it is kind of late.
That's the guy y'all get.
I got some
In
work
fact, he
I got
talks
to
even
do.
bigger shit in that space.
True, that's true. That is true. That is true.
Boy.
I do.
Well,
I really do.
I tell you what, Eugene, you are welcome anytime you want to join us. I appreciate you being here, as well as everybody else, all the channel members and everything. And, everybody, I'm going to say, don't get too upset about a preseason game. It's just a freaking preseason game. What you really need to get upset about is Jerry Jones and being the asshole that he is and not getting this thing done and trying to do everything he can to make this team win. So I have faith still, and hopefully we'll get our shit together. But right now we're going to turn out the lights because this party is over.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.
They say that all good things must end. Call it the night.
Got away, man.
Party's over. tomorrow and next year. But